Band of Blades session 14, the finale, question mark. We'll find out. We'll play to find out, like it says in the book. So we have reached Skydagger Keep, and I'll do the blurb again to get us in to the frame of things. So Skydagger Keep is named after its tall spire jutting into the sky. Its walls guard the only pass through the West Wall Mountains. It is the only thing standing between the broken hordes in Aldermark and the passage into Barta and the Eastern Kingdoms. The Legion has a few precious hours before the bulk of the undead bring their numbers to bear, hours that must be spent readying the old, unused keep to hold a sizable force amidst the bitter, biting cold. The keep has some alright tricks bolstering its old but solid Barton construction. Pipes carry hot water through the halls, and walkways inside the walls provide movement even when the early snows bury the gates and the walls above. Windows hiding under eaves provide a crisp view of approaching enemies. Vantage points high up give a good angle for siege weapons for those brave enough to endure the cold to use them. It is a good bastion, but the undead are many and tireless and driven by unholy power. We arrive into the courtyard, having waltzed in through the unused open gates of the fortress. Zora is already barking out orders for everyone here, because there is no longer any non-combatants here in this fortress. Everyone needs to put their effort in now, whether it's reloading the siege weapons or doing something else, handing out arrows and black powder bullets to the legionnaires themselves. And the leadership of the Legion have formed a very quick plan with Zora regarding how to hold and prepare the fortress to hold against the undead. You've determined that there are 5 absolutely critical things you must achieve if you have any hope, if you are to have any hope of holding the fortress over the winter. Because it's not just this fighting going down today. The whole point of your retreat was to get here and hold here until reinforcements from the Eastern Kingdoms can get here, and to stop the undead from advancing here. So your plan has been to get here and stay here for the winter, because the winter will not help the undead to advance. The mountain passages will be snowed in. It will be difficult for the Blighter to bring her modern weaponry up the mountain in the heavy snow. So your plan was always to be the last line of defense before they get into the Eastern Kingdoms and start gathering massive amounts of reinforcements from dead villages and all that. So to that end, you've sketched out this plan. First part of which is reinforcing the ramparts and the gates. Skydagger has not been maintained for decades and has never been besieged. So we're going to need a specialist assisted by a squad whose sole mission is to reinforce the existing structures of the ramparts and the gates to prepare them for a siege. So Marshall, you're going to need to pick 1 specialist and 1 squad to do this. And you'll be able to benefit from the laborers that you have, because you brought along 1 unit of laborers. Second part of your plan is to hold the lower pass. This is similar delaying action as we played on the Archangel Bridge. You'll send out 1 squad and up to 3 specialists. Note, you don't need to send any specialists, but at least 1 squad, and optionally up to 3 specialists. You can send them to hold a lower pass so that they can keep the enemy away for a little while longer before they get to the gates, and to give time for everyone else to complete their preparations here. A delaying action. Part number 3. You have conceived of a plan to try and stop the main force of the undead from advancing, at least for some time. It will entail having 1 squad and 2 specialists to go on a recon mission up into the mountain passes, evading undead patrols, and starting an avalanche to like snow in the passages to stop the actual army of the undead, at least for some time. 4th point in your plan: get the siege weapons in place. There are old ones here, but they're disused, in need of extreme maintenance and repair. However, you brought your own, so you don't need to repair the ones that are here. You just have your new ones. So you will need to assign 1 squad, 2 specialists. It's a supply mission by nature. You're going to set up the siege weapons on the cliffs above Skydagger Keep, so that they can rain death down from the heights. And the last point in your plan is to hold the second wave. The first wave is the lower pass, where you try and delay them. The second wave is when everyone's back inside the borders, the walls rather, of Skydagger Keep, and you're going to fight whoever comes up. It's going to be the fight on the walls of Skydagger Keep. Hopefully all these other things have been completed, so you will have a reprieve because you have delayed the main force of the undead with the avalanche. But there's still going to be, there's too many points of entry. You cannot stop all of them, but you could stop the main army with the avalanche. However, whoever gets through, you need to fight on the walls. So that's the last point of your plan. Whatever happens, whoever comes up, you're going to need to stop them at the walls, because otherwise it's going to be over here. That's the 5 objectives we have for this final part of our story. So it is suggested that you do these in the order that I've just mentioned. However, the commander is free to do whatever, but
I'm fine to go in the order you've mentioned.
Yeah. So, Marshall, to get us going, please select a specialist and assign a squad to the specialist. They're going to work on what is effectively a 10-segment long-term project to reinforce the ramparts and the gates, while everyone else does all these other things. You're muted, Marshall. Speak up, Marshall.
You can hear me whimpering. Are we expecting to be attacked during this time, or is this like in?
No, this is them doing this reinforcing in the background.
It's just a project clock.
Yeah, these guys won't get attacked.
Okay. So just a quick review. So if I don't have like the right number, say I have like, I've got to assign 2 specialists, but I only have 1 available.
Yeah.
Does that incur penalties, or does it automatically fail?
Yeah, it incurs penalties as it would otherwise if you couldn't put a heavy, let's say, on an assault mission. So.
And any specialist I assign to one job cannot turn up later into another job. It's locked in.
Yeah, this all happens simultaneously. So
I believe in you, Barbosa.
Okay. Right. Okay. I can do this. Yeah, I can.
You've got this.
Yeah, I'm gonna send the officer to reinforce. That's my plan. With a squad, who's he gonna have? Now, just remind me, because I should know this. I can't remember. Are any of them good at? Cause I think it's one of them are like siege specialists, aren't they?
Yeah. Let me look at
Silver
that.
Stacks. Okay, all this.
There's one of them that is the sort of squad where it's like, we were the only survivors. We ate our boots and all the rats in the city. There's let's see who these guys are. It might be the Silver Stags.
I think it might be.
Yeah, it's the Legion's rear guard. They were commissioned after a handful of legionnaires held a town against a vastly superior force. So they're sort of the like this far, no further.
I'm not. I'm actually not gonna send them that because they're probably best if we actually get attacked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send the Grinning Ravens. They're my backbone, and they could be the backbone of this defensive action.
Okay. So yeah, mark
Ravens.
off the officer and the Green Ravens. They will be picking up the hammers and the nails.
You could do this, Rufus. Make it hold.
Yeah, and Rufus salutes. You heard the marshal, and then they go off carrying supplies.
I've got their fresh new armor on.
Okay, so we are going to roll for the officer and the Green Ravens each time we do one of these other things.
Okay.
So,
right.
Where is it? Here. Okay. So the first actual mission, Commander, is going to be the delaying action because time is of the essence. So you will now send one squad and 0 to 3 specialists to the lower pass through which you traveled up here, and you will hold it for a time. This is the point where it's like, how long do you need?
I don't know.
As long as you can give me. So one squad at least. If you want to send specialists, you need them for the other ones as well.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking.
One squad at least.
If I only send, I don't incur any penalties if I don't send more than.
It's an assault mission, so you will have 1 die penalty for the lack of a proper specialist.
These still apply, do they? Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's an assault mission. So. Unfortunately, these are missions. So this is the time when we might fold.
Oh no! We will go down fighting. Okay. Right. In that case.
This is going to be when Barbosa holds his fist out. He's going to hold fast, tattooed on his knuckles.
Yeah.
Gold chains.
Okay.
Yeah. Big tricorn hat, feather, the lot.
Do I have to lock in my specialist choice now, or if I have anything left over after I've chosen the others, can I shuffle it around? Or is that? It's just
if we can go through this, you can assign them now.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I guess let's move on to the next one. If you want to think about your specialists,
I do want to think about it. Yeah. I think.
Okay. So, stopping the main force is the next one on the list. And you need 1 squad and 2 specialists for this one. It's a recon mission. You're going into the mountain passes to start an avalanche to stop the main army.
We're not fighting the main army. We're just.
No. You're going up there. You're evading the undead patrols that might range there, and you're trying to start an avalanche.
Yeah. 2 specialists.
I might suggest if we've got any sort of demolition-minded people, perhaps send them for that, because they'd probably be good at starting avalanches with explosives.
Yeah, but I have to send.
Great standing Cliff. If you haven't put anyone else on it, he's got wrecking skills.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to send Indigo Skulk and Shadow. This is definitely his forte, recon, getting up there quiet. He's going. He knows this could be it.
It's really a mission for Vermilion. Unfortunately, Vermilion's not actually capable of doing the mission.
Yeah,
it's too traumatized.
Back in my younger days.
Back in my day. You know what? We have a grenadier somewhere. I have to send up to 2, or do I have to send 2?
2.
This is hard.
Yeah. Okay. We haven't picked up a lot of specialists along the way.
It's not that hard, Marshall. It's not like I asked you to pick some powers in a mummy game or anything.
Yeah, that would be the thing. We would be here next week.
Yeah. We could be here a while. Okay. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm gonna send. Fuck this could be dangerous. I need to really save. Yeah, I'm gonna send Grey Standing Cliff. Yep. Yeah. Okay. It's in.
Okay, Indigo and Grey Standing Cliff. Okay. Then it's the siege weapons. So you need to get your siege weapons onto the cliffs above in position. You don't need to repair anything because you have your own, but you need to get them up there. You need to set up the siege weapons. It's a supply mission. 1 squad, 2 specialists.
Supply mission. Oh fuck.
Have you got Rain Deadeye on anything yet?
No, he can't
Because
do.
he's going to be
he's
the ideal man for calibrating those things, because he's
but
the one that's operated them the most.
He's for assault and the recon missions. He would not help in this.
Fair enough.
In that. What is the last one? The last one's.
The last one is holding the second wave. So that's the last stand of the Legion.
Is that an assault by any chance?
Um,
Was that just?
it doesn't actually say, but it blatantly is.
Right. Okay. Okay. So fuck. So there's no engagement roll then penalty for that if I didn't send the wrong.
Which one are we talking about?
The last one.
I think not. There's probably no penalty there because it doesn't outline like what type of mission it is, and you need to assign 1 unit and up to 3 specialists, so you could assign none.
Yeah,
So it's the one that are explicitly a certain kind of mission. They are the ones with the penalties.
Yeah. Okay. So the siege weapon requires a person. A person.
2.
2.
2 people and a squad of non-people.
Shit. It's definitely it's a supply mission.
Yeah.
Who's left?
We've got the Kingfisher left. He could do a supply mission. But he kind of really needs to be in the assault.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Rain Deadeye. He sort of needs to be in the assault. We've got the medic.
Wouldn't Rain Deadeye be better in the scouting mission?
Is there a scouting mission as well?
Yeah.
The recon mission is probably okay with the addition of Indigo Skulking Shadow because dude's a scout, so
Yeah.
he's probably got that on lock.
I've got Indigo and Graceland and Cliff are in the scouting mission. I'll sound the squads in a second. We have to take a penalty. This is gonna be awful.
It's almost like it's the final climactic battle of a dark military fantasy campaign.
We're gonna need to make some hard choices here, Marshall.
Have to send 2.
We can't flinch now.
Yep.
Not this close to the end.
Okay. Okay. All right then. So it's gonna be. Actually, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna switch it around. I'm gonna send the medic on the avalanche mission.
And with who?
With Indigo Skulk and Shadow.
Okay.
And then I will send Grey Standing Cliff on this mission with okay, I have to send a second one as well. It's gonna have to be Rain.
Okay. This is the siege weapons.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then there's the second wave, 1 squad and up to 3 specialists.
But I've only got 1 left.
Then I guess it's 1 then.
Yeah. I guess it's the Kingfisher.
The fucking spotlight hog that he is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we have our everything set up except the squads, because we talked about the specialists, but we'll go through that in order.
And that means holding the pass is going to have no specialists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what we're doing first. So select a squad, and we're going to play that out right now.
Right.
We said we wanted a lower decks mission.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got it. Finally, at the end.
So it has come to this at the end of all things.
I
Now is the
suggest
time
you
for the
pick
rookies
most
to show their mettle.
expendable.
Yep. So that's got nothing. That's got zero, nada. Okay. God. They're dead. Okay. This could be a rookie-only mission, guys. This could be it. This could be. Hold the line, or else. So I've already sent the Grinning Ravens to do the defensive act, haven't I? So I'm gonna have to send squad here, 2 squads to do the defense at some point. Hold the second wave. Yeah. Right. Hold the second. Right. I'm just checking. I'm just having a quick look at what I've got available. I mean, on the plus side, the morale isn't a concern right now. If we lose everything.
And that's more the sort of imminent death by undead horde that's the main concern of the
Okay.
moment.
I'm gonna have to send. I've got to play the long game here. I'm gonna send the Ember Wolves. So 2 of you will be playing rookies.
Okay, so
Guys, you guys are really good at rolling sixes. We're gonna need every single 6 in this game.
Okay, do you have some Germanic names for us?
Yeah, they're all in there on my actual sheet.
Okay, so on your martial sheet,
Yeah.
I will transfer them from there. Ember Wolves. Okay, here we go. I'm renaming these guys, and then we can pick our shit.
I did build another. It's not. It's my cat either one? No, he's not. Is Sasha Diva there? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so who are you're sending the Ember Wolves only on this mission?
I can only send 1 squad, so yes.
Yeah, but only them, no specialists.
I don't have any left to send.
Okay, so
Well, we have got
please.
one non-rookie, because isn't Kole Levelovich not
Yeah, he's not a rookie, but he doesn't count as a specialist.
Oh, no, I just mean like they're not all
Yeah.
rookies, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So here we go then. So Marshall, please assign who plays which Ember Wolf on this mission, and we're gonna jump right into the action bit because we need to
Nice.
keep the pace.
All right. Okay. I'll say John and Hannah, you take a rookie in this case. It's been a while for you guys.
I'll take Jarl Blarg then.
Yeah. So Adam, I don't know if they have some traits. Do they have traits?
Yeah, if you didn't build them, you can build them now.
Yeah.
So
I haven't built them as a rookie sheet, but
yeah. So you guys, if you're taking these Aldermoney people, you'll note that the heritage traits are not in the heritage section. They're in the special abilities because I couldn't add them there into the heritage. So just please select your 2 heritage things from the special abilities list.
Right, well, I'm going to take the every incher and just take all the Aldermani abilities.
I'm going to have to make a lot of engagement
gonna
rolls
do
today,
that
and this is
myself.
the
Do
danger.
it.
Okay. So we have 2 born and bred Aldermark people.
Sorry, I know I ask this every time with Jennifer character, but how many dots do we get to spend
4,
on
I
the various
think.
abilities?
4, yes.
4. And what's the aim of this mission?
We're going to hold against a number of enemy squads in a lower pass. We need to put them down.
I understand prowess it is.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no diplomacy anymore to be had.
This is why I took this squad, because Cole, the only guy who I have, he is pretty good with a gun. The options I had, and he can take a lot of shit.
How many dots do you get down
4.
here? 4.
I'm going for a heavy
and
load.
you get a free rig and a shoot off you.
Yeah.
What's this? Yeah. So what's this mission? We're holding the line, aren't we?
Yeah, you're going to be in a mountain pass, and there's going to be a number of enemy squads marching up and trying to eat your face.
And you said we'd all got black shot, was that right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Also, keep in mind, winter clothing, absolutely essential.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've already taken
Still,
it.
okay.
Oh, yeah,
What's
even
your
more now.
maximum dots you can take in an ability as a rookie?
3.
Can you take
3.
3?
Yep.
Cool. I'm going for a 3 on the shoot.
And might I suggest the heavy load?
I should point out, as a rookie, you probably won't have a gun by default, so just bear that in mind.
I think you'll find as a rookie you get a musket.
Yeah,
Yep.
you'll get
Oh,
the
it's a
standard
soldier.
musket.
It's a sword
And
you don't.
everybody got black shot.
Boy.
Yeah, the
Let's
quartermaster is
try
cracking out the
going.
black shot.
Everything. Okay. Fine, heavy. Do I have skirmish? Yeah, I do. So I'll take that. You never know, might be useful.
I'm planning for, aside from the black shot we've got from the quartermaster, I'm planning on, for my utility load, taking winter clothing and oil.
3
Yep.
or 5. I can take 5 items as well. Okay. Pretty good. 1, 2, 3. Excellent.
Oh, that's right. If I thought I hadn't got a hand weapon then. Luckily, you get a family weapon on the normal load.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your grandfather's spade.
I just imagine like the quartermaster just giving out all the toys. Here, have some of this. Come on. They're gonna come at you in the dark. Take this.
Let's go with oil.
We need some like inspirational speech, like think of the XP, lads.
But no matter.
All I'm gonna say is, this guy hasn't got any trauma, and I am gonna be spending stress like you wouldn't believe.
It's funny you say that, 'cause I'm sure us like rookies won't be spending any of it to like push ourselves or anything like that.
Yeah. Me could take that ability that gives you the extra 2 stress boxes and be like, haha.
I could have done, but then I wouldn't have had all like the like 4 sort of Aldermani things I get,
Yeah.
which is giving me like an extra dot of shoot and rig, which I was like, for the points cost, that's far more handy.
Okay. Do we have to assign a leader in this mission as well, like normal?
It's you.
Oh, I'm muted. Yeah. So yeah, you're
Okay.
you're selecting one.
I'll
Martha?
take point on this one, being the soldier. I will command
Nice.
them. The we will hold. That is, we will hold. We may have to fight in the dark. We may have to fight with tooth and nail. We have to fight with a broken arm and a. We will hold. I just really hope the broken isn't coming up the back passage, because that's going to be awkward.
Tight. And you're playing Kole Levovich, aren't you?
I am. I'm loaded for bear, so I've got armor, I've got a musket, I've got ammo, I've got black shot, I've got a pistol, I've got winter clothing. Just
Yep. Okay. I just put into the chat some ambient if you want to put a thing in the background. Okay. The Ember Wolves march off into light snowfall down into the lower pass through which you passed. And your intent, grim as it is to get down there, and when the forward elements of the enemy arrive, strike them and hold for a time. The point isn't to sell your lives absolutely here. The point is to ravage the enemy to an extent that they will not be able to just waltz right up the lower pass. So there's a number of enemy waves that are going to be coming up, and we're going to, yep.
I was going to say, obviously this will be Joel talking to Commander Levelovich. Obviously, I've heard that this tactic's been used a few times by other people in the Legion, but I've got this oil with me. If we need to like slow them down, I'm thinking digging holes, putting oil in it.
yes, excellent idea. Okay, you'll go far here if you survive tonight.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Some sort of barricade to slow them down while we shoot them from afar would
Must give
definitely
them-
be a good plan.
Yeah, so I'm thinking holes with oil in, barricade behind it. Obviously, cover the holes over with like snow and a bit of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They come up, they fall into the holes with oil. We throw fire into there. Then the others have got to not only pick the way past the holes, but also climb over the barricade. And while they're doing that, we can be shooting them.
Yep. So, Marshall, would you please make an engagement roll for these green horns?
Do I get anything for this?
Let's go down the thing here. So this is the time when we ask, are these Aldermoney recruits truly loyal to the Legion?
Absolutely,
Okay.
100%.
So
Come this far.
yeah, you start with 1 dice because of the loyalty of your Aldermoney recruits. And
Let's hope that number only goes up from here.
I guess, Commander, if you would like to ask your zero intelligence question regarding all these missions ahead of you,
I did wonder about intel. I
you
wonder how it's gonna
can
work in
toss out that question. I'm not sure if you're supposed to, but let's do that if you want to.
What's the most dangerous foe we're going to face?
What's the what does it say?
Yeah.
Like the threat level?
Yeah, it's the threat level. Yeah,
Yeah, 4.
there we go.
So that lets us know there's not you're not going to be fighting the broken, because those are 5.
Yep.
And they will stomp you. But yeah, the 4 is the highest. Okay, especially if you succeed in the avalanche thing, you're going to be blocking a large part of the armies anyway. Okay, so blah 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 blah. You've spent black shot, so I'm. Is anyone wounded, Marshall?
No.
On the mission, 2 dice. The best you've ever had.
Yes.
Come on, Matthew.
Come on. This double 6. Now's the time.
It could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
It's by Legion standards, good enough. Okay, so we smash cut right in to when you've lit your the first thing is there's some Aldermoney cursing and shouting, and the camera is pointing into the darkness. There's snowfall. You can see the shambling forms advancing, and there's Aldermoney curses being shouted, and there's a torch that's lopped over the barricades that you hastily constructed. It falls into a pit, lights the corpses already in there. There's a blaze of fire going out, lighting the lower pass, and I imagine this is the point when Coley is gonna give the first order as the action starts. So Coley, the first wave comprised half of these burnt, so the blackened, charred corpses manufactured by the occult methods of the breaker, and it's half of the burnt, and half of these enemies are what you've taken to calling the hexed,
Oh,
and those are people which have been somehow suborned.
ensorcelled.
Yeah. So half of them are Aldermani villagers, basically, coming at you with whatever implements they have to hand, and the other half is these charred corpses. And there's a number of them in the pits now. The hexed screaming as they burn. The burnt don't make any noise. And you've basically now met with the first wave of these undead. What is Cole's order now?
Black shot in. Controlled shots. Don't lose your nerve. Give no quarter.
Okay, that sounds to me like a group action in the making.
The shooty action.
Because we're doing this like coordinated and shit.
Mhm.
Okay, well I guess Cole leads the group.
I
action.
will lead the way. I will
Okay.
lead.
Everyone roll shoot.
Okay. What are we at? Risky, desperate? What's this?
This is risky because of your roll there. So
Okay, that's
Do
good.
Do we get any bonus for black shot?
yeah, your effect is going to be great overall.
Okay. Nice.
Okay,
Well, that's good.
5. Okay, so 5 is the highest, and would you please Marshall roll for the Ember Wolves, the rest of the squad?
Just a 1d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. 2 stressed for Cole as you coordinate the fire. The end result is 5, and the effect is great. So
That's good.
I'm gonna toss in a clock for this thingamadoo here. Yeah, it went on the right thing as well. Let's see. Show it. Okay, so I've made the undead clock.
I was going to say, I love the title of that. The clock just appeared, then it's just like, the undead.
We
So
complete
you're-
that. We complete the mission. Is that just the first wave?
It's the first wave.
Fill
Okay.
the clock, save the world.
Yeah. So, so let's see. Risky. They're the breakers hordes, so they aren't well equipped. So you're at standard. You're doing. I'm gonna actually say, because you rolled pretty well on the. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it the first wave dies with a combination of your fire pits and your black shot, because black shot against these lesser undead, they just need to touch it and they die. So when you fire these controlled
I
fusillades
see all
into
the rookies looking quite pleased with themselves,
Yep.
and then the soldier who's seen some action going, no, boys, it's not
No,
that
that-
Not over
easy.
yet.
They're just testing our defences.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or like every time the breaker's mentioned, do I imagine he looks like an undead version of the Russian out of Rocky? I must break you.
if he
dies, he dies.
I must break you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the wolf man we saw last time. He's in the background.
Okay. Ears up. Reload.
Yeah, so the first wave perishes amidst your black shot and the fire pits. However, the fire pits, they still burn full of corpses now, though. So not as much use when the second wave comes, which is now. It's immediately
shit.
afterwards.
Okay.
It's a column of enemies. You can't quite see because of the environmental conditions, like what's going on down, and because the path does curve a bit away. We can't quite see how many there are, but the second wave is coming now. Again, it is comprised of a mixture of the burnt and the hexed. However, this time you can clearly see there are young women in the midst of the group, with an unholy light beaming out of their eyes,
Witches.
and you can hear an ill voice on the wind. Cole, what is your order? They're rushing now because they see that the fire pits are kind of half sealed by burning corpses.
Yeah.
So there are some
Hold your nerves. Zora is with us now.
awful voice on the wind, and the charred corpses and the ensorcelled villagers are charging your barricades.
Do yourself
what's going
and
on?
aim for the dreadlocked bitches. Fire. Shot.
Okay, so we're shooting the shadow witches.
Absolutely, they look fresh.
Group action.
Group
yeah.
action is fine with me. It's a very neat, fast way to get things moving.
I'm gonna just remind myself, because I didn't read my own character sheet. They actually get a bonus to group actions. So
You are the captain, second verse, same as the first.
Yep. Reload.
nice.
Wait. I
Alright,
got
okay.
one.
Still risky.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not effect. I get a bonus dice because I'm a Zimyati heritage.
2 6s.
Everyone's
Hey!
rolling
3
sixes again.
6s.
So please roll for the rest of the squad again, Matthew.
Okay.
The 2 remaining Ember Wolves. 5. Okay, so no one failed, so you don't take additional stress, and you count as 6. So what that means is there's the ill whisper, and then and the young women just like start flailing about as the black shots connect. I presume you're using black shot. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
But I was presuming that.
Until the end of time.
Yeah. So as long as you have it.
Yeah, as long as we can load it.
Yeah. If you got them, smoke them. Smoke them if you got them, rather. So
I said it myself, I've got 1 use of black shot left.
Yep.
Then I'm on normal ammo.
So the shadow witches, you've spotted them quite easily because they're not trying to hide anymore, and these young women are now being consumed by the alchemical fire reactions caused by your black shots. And again, like even if you've been told by your more experienced comrades, and Cole might have even seen one of these. I don't even remember which parts Cole
so.
was present for.
I don't think he's
But
seen one of these.
it's still unnerving to see and hear these people. Like the light goes out, the unholy light beaming from their eyes, and there's the shrill shrieking that comes from them, and there's like, please forgive me, and they just collapse in the middle of these ravening hordes that swarm your barricades. And now you've dealt with the witches. However, it is unfortunate that has left time for the rest of them to get to you. However, you dealt with the occult threat quite well. So whenever we're doing something next, we're going to need to resist the swarm that are now at the barricades. So whatever you do, you're going to need to resist that first. Unless you just want to go ahead and do the thing and take the licks.
Okay.
Again, I'm going to turn to Cole for a speedy resolution and moving forward. Cole, what's up? There's the enemy is now at the barricades. The 2 Ember Wolves that you're rolling for, like pulling out their family weapons because the enemy is right there now. So they're like putting the musket away to like hit them with the hatchet.
Okay. How many do we get attacked by? A lot?
It's like one group, so like it's the breaker, so it's like 16, 18. You don't exactly know, but it's a whole bunch of them.
I'm going to tell them to prepare 1 more shot of black shot, and I will try and hold them back just long enough to get like they've got like a foot and a half to actually get it off. Like just kind of, I'm going to push into
close
them
range.
I'm going to push into them with my weapon. I'm going to draw my heavy weapon and.
Okay.
In which case, do you want to do Cole as like doing this separately, and then I can lead a group action for the shooting?
Yes.
Okay, Cole, let's go with you first. So, what is your large weapon?
I'm going to say it's like a scythe in this case.
Actual scythe.
Irony.
So, a reaping you go.
Yeah.
Let's see how that goes, though.
Zora said it was a very fine weapon. Yeah.
if you want to resist the hits that will be coming your way before
Yep.
you even get there, you can roll your prowess resistance.
I'll
But
do resist. It's prowess to resist. Okay.
prowess, yeah, because they're literally there's
uh,
farming implements coming your way, just like vicious claws of the
Does it count as
burns.
a desperate thing? Because I get a bonus
No,
to that.
no, this
Okay,
this
no
is
problem.
this is
To
before that.
resolve. Okay,
You
let's do
you
it.
charging a group of these guys is gonna be desperate.
Okay,
But
yeah. Well, let's try this. I'll resist it.
Boom.
you don't you wade in. Now this is the time. This is the desperate thing.
Yep.
So you're
Yep.
trying to hold back
Yep.
16,
tide.
18, whoever knows number of the breakers hordes here with your scythe, flailing no doubt madly as you do.
See what you don't know is
What a
this
guy.
side I've coated in my oil that I had, my own personal oil,
It's your beard oil.
my little yeah.
I'll set it on fire
So-
so you've got like the fiery scythe.
Like Zora, bless this scythe.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
Yeah. So what are you doing? You can get into them. What are you doing now? Your body is now there for them to
There.
feast upon.
Yep. This is crazy. Okay. Yeah, I'm essentially just I'm just trying to batter them back. I only want a couple of seconds. I'm doing it
Yeah.
with sheer might,
Just basically holding them back.
using skirmish.
Okay. So your position, as mentioned, is desperate,
Yep.
and your effect is it a fine weapon that you have?
Yes, it is. It's a fine, heavy weapon.
Okay. That is nice. Let me reference my
How do you rookies?
thing here. Oh, I'm sorry, Colin.
It's a bad time for me.
Yeah, I have some bad news for you. So
Okay.
your effect is it's very good because these guys are threat 1. You are threat 2 with your fine scythe, so
Yep.
you're off to a better start than you would otherwise be.
Mhm.
However, they are several magnitudes larger than you are because it's a group and you're just you,
Just a dude.
just the man with a man's courage,
The man's scythe.
a man with a man-like intelligence, and that causes a fairly big rift between what's going to happen next and what you thought might happen. You start out with tier 1 on this side,
Yep.
you tier 2, so you're going to have great effect because we start at standard. You have a fine weapon, great effect. However, they are 3 magnitudes larger than you are, so you go into no effect.
Okay.
Do you want a devil's bargain? Or you can push yourself.
I'm gonna do well. What's the devil's bargain first? And then we'll.
The devil's bargain is someone's gonna yank your scythe out. Whatever happens with your roll here, the end result will be if you succeed, great. If you fail, great. Anyway, we will have lost control of your scythe
Okay.
by the end.
Okay, and I really want to hold on to that scythe. That
Mhm.
was it's my favorite scythe. So I'm gonna.
My favorite from my collection.
Yeah. I'm gonna push my because mainly I want to give the squad and the guys a chance to like
Mhm.
get their black shot off and
Yep.
hopefully thin them out a bit, and then we can deal with them.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna use a 2 stress to boost the effect.
Yep. To like whatever it's called, the
Limited.
limited. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, less? That doesn't sound right. Yeah, limited effect. And the repercussions are terrible. Collet,
Yep.
if you flub this roll, it will be
But I get to
you
resist
going
the
home
consequences.
on your shield.
Okay. Come on. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you do it. Let's see.
See the Grey Standing Cliff and the Kingfisher make this look easy.
Yeah, they do. So let's see. You hold them back for long enough for the squad to have a fusillade ready, which is great. That will, if they don't flub it, that might decimate the second wave. However, you wading into these like a mad man reaping the wheat from the fields while drunk, you don't exactly get to cover your angles and your defenses. So the horde of burned and hexed savage you, and they deal, because again of the scale difference,
Yep,
you're
get it.
looking at 4 damage
That's lethal. That's
and
bad.
4 corruption.
Okay, so I can't. There's nothing I can do about the corruption. That's in the tank.
The corruption, if you want to get to resisting that, you can do that with a resolve. However, both of these you cannot reduce to 0 unless you have equipment.
Okay, I do have equipment.
How
do
much
have some.
armor do you have?
I have fine heavy armor,
That is worth 2.
and I
So
also
if-
have a. I have. I've got armor as well, just normal armor. That's weird.
Yeah, that upgrades to heavy armor, so
Okay.
it's the same thing. So if you want to tick off your armor, that's
Yep.
2 damage there.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah. And then if you want to resist the rest, you could half it.
I'm gonna try. God damn it!
Mhm.
I do get a bonus for this because I get to resist desperate actions.
Yeah, that is true.
So here we go.
Again, you guys just resist with 6s and it's like nothing. But 1 damage, and if you want to, you can roll your
Yeah.
resolve to resist the 4 corruption. You can half it to 2.
I am scratched to fuck. Okay.
Yeah, they literally tore off your armor is what happened.
But I do get a bonus to resolve resist, which would be the corruption, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Okay, let's give that a try.
Okay,
So,
1 stress.
Okay.
Cole don't give a shit, but I suppose this is the way.
For the Legion.
Okay, so Cole holds them back,
Just-
gets absolutely
Just-
pummeled, but seems to be standing still. And yeah, so Mark, 1 harm and 2 corruption
Oh,
as a
me
result
again.
of all that.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to lead the group action for
Yep.
firing into them. Are we still at risky?
Yeah, you guys are at risky because Cole holds them back now.
Okay, so if you want to make a shooting roll
Yeah,
as well.
you can roll your shoot, and Matthew, please roll for the rest of the squad.
Oh yeah, sorry, of
I'm
course. Yeah.
pushing myself. Using my last black shot.
Right, if you are using your last black shot, I'm not going to.
Okay,
So that I've got 1 for the next round.
it's only a 4 from me.
Okay.
Do you want to roll the 1 dice for the rest of the squad, Cole?
I did.
Yeah, it's a 2.
Oh,
It's not great.
boom!
Hey.
Saved
So-
by Adeline.
So Jarl Blog, 1 stress for the fact that you need to cover for the rest of the squad. They rolled 2. But yeah, you do it.
Oh, the
And,
noise would have been incredible. just
in-
bullets
in-
everywhere. Ugh.
in the interest of getting on with this, the second wave doth fall thus. And let me actually, I'm gonna use this for the waves instead of the
I've rolled
individual.
2 6s.
we do a season 2, right?
are we
Cole is
desperate
going to
or
become a
risky?
heavy
Risky for
100%.
us.
Yeah.
Crazy motherfucker.
So as you do this, you destroy the second wave. It does take some.
Reload!
Yeah, it's not just the 1 shot, and actually, it's like the reason why the rest of the Ember Wolves rolled so poorly is they had to resort to their hand weapons because they just didn't have enough time, and it turns into a brawl.
The,
And
the morale in this mission is going to be tanked.
as you finish the like putting out the last of the burnt twitching on the ground, you hear like oh in the distance, and it's the 3rd wave. There's more burnt running at you from the lower pass, led by 2 of these smaller. One of them is a wolf man. The other seems like some sort of goat person with a goat head and goat legs, and then like sort of misshapen the rest of his body. And the other one looks like a smaller version of Bed the wolf that you saw on the Archangel Bridge. Two of these transformed, which are people cursed by the breaker. They lead the third wave, and they charge the barricade, screaming and making horrifying human animal noises at you, followed by a third wave of the burnt. Cole, you see the Amber Wolves putting down the last, and you hear the screaming in the distance of the third wave, and people look to you for guidance. What do you do?
Reload!
Reload!
Keep
The
firing.
night isn't over yet.
Yeah. All right.
We're doing this till supper. Come on.
Yeah. So two of the transformed, big targets. However, you know these guys to be pretty meaty
Right.
when it comes to it, and followed by the like a unit of the burned. So Cole, how do you set this up?
There's two of them and a bunch of smaller things. With
Yeah,
them.
two of them and like a group of the burnt.
And we've only got Adeline, who's got one black shot left.
I have one black shot left
Right, okay.
as well.
You know from previous experience, having talked to other legionnaires, transformed, not undead.
Yeah, black
These are still alive, the big ones.
Okay.
Not affected by Blackshot.
Right, that is worth knowing.
Focus on the big guys. Bring them down. That's our priority
Don't
here.
waste the black shot.
Don't bleed on my shoes. Need a hold.
So that's another group shoot, yeah?
It would seem to be.
Yeah. So we're shooting
I'm
up the...
holding it. I'm
Do you wanna
holding the
lead it?
line. I will lead it.
Okay.
I will lead this. This is mine. This is on me.
I've got it.
Okay. Shoot. Are we risky in this, or are we tipped over into desperate?
I think we might be desperate now.
Oh,
Okay.
well, I just rolled it on risky.
Yeah,
if it
no-
has
no-
any
no
effect
trouble.
at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, that means I get a XP, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Woohoo!
Sure does. And please roll for the rest of the squad, Matthew.
Okay. Come on. If you're gonna do a 6, now is the time. Oh,
But we do have 1-6 from
oh yeah.
Adeline. Again, with the sixes, guys. Yeah. So you fire off a volley, and let's see. Transformed. You guys have scale now on these. However, they are two.
It's just dead.
We are from the Legion though, so we should get
No,
badass
there's no Legion bonuses. There's no protagonist bonus. I guess everything is protagonist bonus though. But I'm gonna say the goat man perishes and falls behind of the charge. However, again, you're in the same shitty situation which you knew to expect, because this is literally what he was sent here to do. You're again at the barricades, having fired your muskets. This werewolf is there about to rip through your barricades, and right behind it there are the hordes of the burnt. And again, they are right there, so whatever you do, you're gonna have to react to them first before getting to do your thing.
Okay.
Cole, you're getting a bit of a shaky vibe from the squad at this point, because people are running low on Blackshot, and there's a
Wolfman.
2-meter werewolf about to go and have a take on them.
This thing bleeds. It dies. Come on. Hold fast with me. I'm gonna charge it with my my scythe.
Mm-hmm.
Head on, and I'm gonna take it on.
Okay. So if you want to resist it,
Yep. This prowess or this?
getting on. Yeah, prowess would be the
Okay,
thing.
no, I don't get resistance to prowess unless it's desperate.
It is desperate.
Okay, then I will apply the bonus of a die. Oh.
Again with the sixes. So just to be clear, you're charging literally into the maw of the enemy right now.
Yep,
Yep.
I am.
Okay,
I'm doing it for a morale thing, just to like, come on.
Mm-hmm. It's
give
kind
in
of what
now.
the Ember Wolves do. So
Yeah.
you're doing the thing. Okay, so you resist the you wade in, dodging the sweeping claws of the transformed wolf man. What do you do?
I'm gonna try.
Looking at this
Yep.
in the periphery, right there, like 2 meters away, the burns.
Yep.
What do you do?
I understand that this thing might kill me, but I'm gonna try and swing for its head.
Yep.
Hopefully pull through with this scythe. I'm gonna use skirmish. What effect am I on currently? I just wanna.
You're standard and desperate. So desperate position, standard effect, because you are 2, he's 2 as well.
Okay. I'm gonna spend 2
However,
stress.
like 1 success is not gonna kill him, is the
Yeah,
thing.
I'm gonna spend stress to increase the effect.
Okay, to great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which will get me a trauma, but you know, I'm in the mood for trauma today. Let's go. Okay.
I love the smell of trauma in the
I
morning.
love the smell of trauma. Okay. Come on. We're desperate still.
Yeah.
Come
yeah.
on. No, cancel. I did that wrong. It's great effect. So desperate. Great effect.
Do you want Devil's Bargain?
Tell me about the Devil's Bargain. I'm always happy to hear.
It's gonna hit you anyway. Like you get your shot, but it's gonna take a shot as well.
That's fair. Yeah, I'll take it.
So you can have extreme effect if you go in without regard to your safety.
Yes. So I'll add the bonus die for that. Okay.
Critical effect. So you literally lop its head off.
That's like the entirety of me playing this game. That's never happened.
Sweet.
Fatality.
Well done, man.
It goes beyond extreme. So it's over 9,000. The Wolfman, you savaged it in the neck, and it doesn't, because it's a scythe, not an axe. It doesn't come off with one, but you put the scythe in, and there's a sickening noise as your scythe blade like grinds on its neck bones, and then just like pull it back the other way, and then there's a glacier of blood.
I like to think that the scythe is like has a little lining of silver, and Zora knew that, but didn't tell him. Just like, yeah, that's a nice scythe. Enjoy.
It's my werewolf scythe.
Yeah.
I like to imagine Carly's doing that like Arnie line where he's like, "You think you are bad? You're a Boy Scout compared to me."
So you decapitate this transformed.
We can do this. Okay, what harm do I take? Do I have to?
It's 2 harm to corruption. No resisting this. So
No resisting it.
that was the cost of it.
Okay, can I use my special arm? Oh, I don't think I can. Can I? In this case, I don't think I can.
I think the wording, and this is the only reason why I'm pondering
I'm just
this,
checking.
It might be down to the wording, and let me look it up, because if it says you can resist consequences, this isn't that. But I'm gonna look it up.
I'm just sneezing.
Resistance and armor. Okay. Armor. You can mark an armor box to reduce or avoid the consequence. So yeah, so you cannot use your armor for this.
So this just happens.
Yeah, this isn't a consequence. This is a devil's bargain.
Yeah. Okay, that's no problem, mate.
Yep.
That's no problem at all.
Yep.
I look like a tough son of a bitch for about 2 seconds, and I'm like, ow! Fuck.
Oh shit!
Fuck. I go.
Yeah, because you thought, oh, I have my armor.
Yeah.
You didn't, and you got
That's some of it.
You got the claws in the chest. But you, Jarl Blog and Adeline, you see Cole pull off a crazy stunt.
Cole.
So, since I've got it all lined up anyway, Adeline is going to push herself to take out the rest of the undead that are around there, leading the rest of the squad in the shooting action.
Shoot them.
Okay. I don't know what the rest of the squad needs rolling.
Yeah,
I'll do
Matthew, can you give us a die for that?
Nice.
You sent
See,
the right
this
people.
Is what happens
I sent
when
a
you
I sent a
inspire us,
message in
Matthew.
that attack. I sent a message and
Yeah.
they are here
So,
to fight.
I will fill out the clock. You have stumped the forward elements in the lower pass. As you finish off the last of the third wave, you can hear like the shrieks of the devourers, which you didn't see this time, the airborne horrors of the breaker, and you can hear the deep, like bass-laden rumbling of the big wolf that you've heard talked about in the distance, but you've completed your mission and you retreat as the undead do not advance at the moment because you stopped them here.
Thwarted them.
Yeah. Okay, so the lower pass is now done. Please, whoever wants to, let's roll the reinforcing roll for the ramparts. So,
okay.
who was that? The
That was
officer?
the officer and the Grinning Ravens.
Yeah, so the officer is always going to get boosted because he's a badass like that. That guy's pulling his weight.
He really, even though he didn't go in the front lines a lot, he's really
So
helping.
someone give me a long-term project roll for the officer.
He can boost it. Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's boosted by
roll
default.
for it, Quartermaster.
What's the officer called?
Baron Rufus.
Is he a specialist?
He is a specialist. He's the only officer we've had. He's only actually
It's
been
like
on
Baron
one
Rufus
fish.
Mortello or something like that.
What am I rolling?
Let me actually.
I would advise Sway would be the most applicable in this
specialist.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
'cause I'm bossing people to do the shit.
yeah, yep.
Position.
It doesn't matter.
Can he push himself to boost? Or is that not
Oh, I
allowed?
guess no.
He's just too long-term project.
Not in this. No.
Come on,
Just,
you can.
just one straight roll.
Yeah. So 4 means 2 ticks. So I'm putting 2 ticks on the clock there.
Ooh.
On my fancy.
I was going to say fancy.
Yeah.
Got a bit of like a changeling in the dreaming sort of vibe to it, man.
Is that
Yeah.
the end game clock?
Yeah, it is. That's the clock where like.
What about the labourers as well? Because they're with.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah, they
you
do
get
an
one
extra
extra
one.
die.
Right.
Yeah,
One
extra die.
dice.
No, one extra tick, isn't it? Or is it
One
dice?
extra. It's one extra
Effect, isn't
die.
it?
Just do
It's a
one
different thing
dice.
specific
Alright, I'll
to
just roll the 1d6 then.
Come on, John.
5.
Oh, yes.
5. So I think 5 is still the same category, but I will check.
It's boosted.
Oh yeah, because it's this guy. I never remember just how good he is. So 5 is still 5 is still 2. However, because he's the man with the plan, he does 3 ticks instead of 2.
Rufus!
Yeah,
It's-
Rufus, my boy. So
He is
you're off to a
certainly,
great start because if you don't fill this one out, your gates won't be shut when the enemy comes. Okay, so the undead are blip.
We get 4 rolls to fill that clock out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So that was the holding of the lower pass. Now we're cutting away into who's going on the avalanche mission again.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I marked a squad for this
It's
when I was
Indigo,
looking.
Skulking Shadow, and
And
the
No.
Grigori.
no, it's the
Great Standing
Theo.
Cliff.
Yeah, Grey Standing Cliff was swapped out for the
Oh,
medic. I
right,
believe.
okay.
Yeah, the medic. Yeah.
Ah,
Okay.
have
So,
a squad.
Marshall, please assign.
CNN.
Yeah.
I'm sending the ghost owls.
Okay.
Ghost
Stands to reason.
owls. Okay. Okay.
So this is, so it's the Ghost Owls and then Indigo Skulking Shadow and
Just gonna make sure that Sasha is
whoever,
the one I'm thinking
Theonin.
of.
Yeah. So please
Yes.
assign characters for people and then we'll get going.
Okay. So Hannah's going to play Theon, the medic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
John, you can take up and lead Indigo this one, sneaking into the mountain pass, and I will take up Sasha.
All right.
Who's a grenadier but doesn't have any any ranks in rec. But we'll deal with that. We will deal with that.
Yeah.
Through the power of pushing yourself.
Of friendship.
Yeah.
Okay. Engagement roll. We have 1 die to start with. Then
We've got black shot.
if the quartermaster spends horses, we can have an extra die.
Yeah.
I've got a couple to spare.
Okay. The quartermaster is spending a horse, and we have a scout on the mission, so you have 2 dice at the minute. However, if anyone takes heavy load on this mission, you're at -1 die.
No, I'm going for normal.
Yep. By the way, Sasha, you're muted.
I know my dog was barking its head off, so
Yep.
I was just
Yep.
letting you.
I presume we still need to take winter clothing for this.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's all winter from here.
Yep.
And the mission is you're gonna evade a bunch of patrols and you're gonna do your thing, which I presume, because that was discussed before, you're gonna use some of your explosive devices to set off an avalanche. I believe that was the plan, right?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, as soon as everyone has their characters ready, the marshal can roll the.
If we're using explosives, I hope some of you guys have got wrecking kits, because Indigo hasn't.
I've got a wrecking kit. Yeah. Just not very good with anything else. Okay. So find shield. Climbing kit. What you're actually good at. You can sort of fight. That's good. So we got black shot.
Mm-hmm.
Just to let you know, for my, I don't have a melee weapon, but for my load, I've taken winter clothing and a flare gun.
Sounds good.
Because I'm thinking, you know, if we did need to like improvise something to like increase your guys' explosives, putting a load of flares around it when you set it off wouldn't hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, this is literally like
Got a pistol.
use everything you can
plenty of
moment.
ammunition, Lots of tonics.
Also, to let you guys know, although I've got black shot, I don't actually have like a gunpowder weapon. So if any of you guys need some spare black shot during the mission, I'll just hand it off to you.
Mm-hmm. And I'm taking oil because it's been incredibly useful to the everybody so far. And I'm already tooled up with loads of medics.
Don't mind if you take a heavy load, we get a minus to the engagement roll.
To the whole engagement roll.
Yeah, because we're on a scout mission.
So we have to take winter clothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you don't absolutely have to, but you will suffer for it
Okay.
if you don't.
Okay, then I'm on a normal load.
Cool. And I'm a Panyard, so I'm fast and quiet with my normal load. Like a skulking shadow. Carried away like a skulking shadow.
On an indigo night.
That's it.
So we're not meant to be fighting. We're meant to be avoiding
Yeah,
combat.
you need to dodge any undead that might be there until you get to a point that you've sort of pre-marked that you think you can explode to cause an avalanche.
I will be your scout for this mission.
Okay.
They call me the Zebra Striped Avenger.
Yeah, I've come with a wreck. I've got a wrecking kit and I've got explosives.
That would do the thing.
That would do the thing. Yeah.
I'm going to keep my head down and then try and pick up any arms or legs that get blown off.
If anyone's got any spare kit, a climbing kit would be really useful right now.
I do have some climbing kit that I just get.
Access to
Oh,
climbing
good.
kit, but sounds like we've got some between us.
Okay, so if everyone has their characters, we can just smash right in. So,
Okay.
Matthew,
Two
two dice. Did anyone take heavy load?
No.
Okay, 2 dice because we have horses to get you. Obviously you don't take them to the mountain with you, but you get like up the mountain pass. There we go.
This is going to run out soon. This.
Yeah, we do have the second
The
wave.
luck
at
of
the end.
Zora, the living god, is with us.
So you're going to start off in a control position, and you've left your ponies as if you were characters from a different fantasy franchise when you go into the mountains, and you've traversed these narrow paths, and now is the first time that you actually do need to probably make use of your climbing gear because the path has crumbled away, so that you need to like do shenanigans to continue on. So that is your first challenge. However, you're in a control position. There's no current enemy threatening you or anything. So your rolls will be in a controlled position as you try and get over this collapsed path.
Okay, well, the way I'm imagining this working, sorry, Marshall, I'm assuming I'm on point for this because I'm going to get the specialist.
You are, yes, you are.
Okay.
In command.
In which case, because I'm the only one with climbing gear, my plan will be like as we're sort of coming to the rock face or whatever. My plan will be I will be sort of climbing up first with like a rope around me, and at various points I'll be like hammering like the pitons in, like looping the rope around it and then going up, but like doing it in stages. So then like, once I've got to the top and I give them the thumbs up, they can climb up after me. And if one of the pitons comes out, it's not going to be like, oh my god, I fall to my immediate death.
Yeah, all the way.
It's like a group action, John.
Well, it's not really going to be a group action. It's me going up first and then like getting you guys up afterwards because you guys ain't got climbing kit.
No.
Yep.
I'm carrying the boom booms.
That's it.
Yeah, if you fall down.
Like that's not a devil's bargain. That's just death.
Yep. Okay, so Indigo Skulking Shadow, please make a controlled roll
Okay.
as you set up the route with your climbing gear.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to make a scout roll. Now, I don't know if this is how it works, so I apologise. I'm not entirely up on how like the scrounge special ability works. What I want to do is I want to see if I can like scrounge anything from the area that will help me with my climbing gear or that will help me make it more secure for those guys. I don't know if that's possible. If not, that's fair enough.
When you scrounge, you repurpose the environment around you to find shelter or source items. A scrounge use will find you safe and secure shelter for an evening, or 1 load's worth of supplies for everyone in the squad.
Okay, so what I would like to do is I would like to use both of my scrounge abilities if I can, and then effectively I'm gonna scrounge stuff up to like stretch out the climbing gear I've got and give like a third to Sasha and a third to Theonin, so that like if the worst happens and I do fall down and like break my neck or whatever, they're not going to be entirely without equipment.
Maybe he finds like like old pack equipment for people who used to be in Skydagger as he's
He's a frozen climber.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'll
He's
spend
like,
that.
this is probably going to work. He's like,
Right.
it's still got some jip in it.
I'm going to push myself and I'm going to make a scouting roll. We're in a control position.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming effect is standard.
Yep.
Spend it like it's going out of style.
It's only a 4.
4. So the consequences for that are not extreme because it's controlled. That's the benefit of it. Let me. Where is my? Oh, here we go. The action rolls. So, controlled. You hesitate, withdraw, and try a different approach, or else do it with a minor consequence. A minor complication occurs. You have a reduced effect. You suffer lesser harm, or you end up in a risky position. I'm gonna say, you end up in a risky position. You set up the route. However,
Yeah, I'll take the risky position.
yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you have the route now up the mountain. Indigo has set it there. It's for the moment anyway, until something changes. It's workable.
So
You can use it.
As I'm at the top, I'll sort of stick my head over and like give him like the thumbs up and sort of gesture for him to follow me up.
Yeah. So everyone can get up with that, and you're onto a very snowed-in upper path on the mountain, and you trudge along with that for a while, and the path starts getting wider, and it turns into, it's not really a plateau, but there's wider spaces now. It's not just the narrow mountain path, the goat path. It's wider spaces, and in the distance, you can see dark shapes in the air flying to and fro. And you know these are probably devourers, the scouts of the enemy.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to gesture for those guys to sort of like take shelter under like an overhang to sort of like shield them from the sky. Then, using my clandestine scouting abilities, I'm going to sort of like sneak ahead, and I'm going to try and stick to areas where there's like overhangs, there's a bit of shadow, a bit of white from the snow, hoping that my black and white zebra stripes will sort of camouflage me amongst that, taking advantage of what you got.
Yeah, your snow zebra.
Yeah, well, I've got black and white stripes, so I'm thinking shadow, dark, snow, light. It might confuse them a little bit. They're not immediately going to be like, oh, I thought we were looking for a guy with zebra stripes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak ahead, and my aim is I'm looking for a suitable spot where we can set up the explosives to like bring down the avalanche in like the optimal area. But like I say, I'm sort of keeping to skulking in the shadows, looking for the ideal spot to plant the explosives.
Yeah, please give us a roll for finding the optimal place, as far as you understand it.
Okay. Boom, 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 boom. What sort of position are we in now?
We're in risky as a
Okay,
result
cool.
of your previous room.
Yeah, cool. That's what I thought. It's a 6.
Yeah. So
Back in the
you do it.
shadows, boys.
You find a spot you don't exactly know because I'm referencing this effect here now. So you find the spot. It might not be the best spot, but it is a spot, and you can use it to start an avalanche. Now, there's no consequences from that because you guys roll 6s and just ignore half the game. But that's the way you roll.
We've still got 3 missions to go, but
Yeah, I know.
What I would like to do is, since I've found the spot, and I've basically told those guys that what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the spot where they need to leave the explosives. Then I'm going to provide a distraction to like draw off these flying things. They need to like get to the spot, set the explosives, and then we'll all circle around. We'll meet back at like designated point A where we left the mules or whatever, and we'll head back
Yeah,
to
the exfiltration point mule.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, now I've found this spot, I'm basically going to sort of, only like shallowly, but I'm going to like cut my hand, sort of like, I don't know, on like a bit of my climbing gear, and I'm basically going to mark the spot with my blood on the ground, so there's like a little like dark patch on the ground, but like it'll only be a small one, so it's not like a big bullseye to them in the air. Then my plan is to like sneak off some distance from the spot, leaving them to like come up and plant the explosives and do what they want. Then as I see them sort of like start to sneak up, my basic plan is to move a distance off, and I'm going to fire one of my flare guns like up into the air, sort of vaguely, not trying to hit them, but like vaguely in the direction of the flying things, hoping they'll see that, they'll be drawn to my position. It'll give those guys a chance to set the explosives, and then we can all like make like a tree and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, this sounds like a setup action, so you're setting them up
Yep.
for success. So please give us a roll for this maneuver that you're doing.
Okay.
It's just John's character for the moment. Just
Yeah. The position will be desperate, and it will become
Oh
apparent
yeah,
why.
because I get an extra dice. Because I'm a daredevil.
Yeah, he lives for the danger.
oh yeah, give him the Daredevil
Yeah,
thing.
and I've
Yeah,
just
did.
pushed myself, so it's 2 extra dice.
Do you want a devil's bargain?
Nah. I should have said yeah. It's a 4.
Wow.
That's fine.
4.
That's-
Okay, so yeah, you fire the flare,
Yeah,
and
and I'm going to fire it so it's like if they're there and I'm there, I'm going to fire it so it's sort of going in that direction rather than over there, so they don't look down and go, oh, there's some people there. But they're like, if they see me, great. If they don't,
yeah,
even better.
you see some of these devourers. They start to do a long sort of circling sweep across the area. They're not diving in for the kill, but you're sort of like, okay, well, you don't know how these behave, because they're not natural in any way. But you think your plan worked, and we know as players that it did.
Yeah.
Like you're drawing their attention.
Well, yeah, I said my natural thing is as I fired it, I'll sort of put that back on my belt, and I'll have notched one of my black arrows to my bow, and I'll be sort of waiting and like getting ready just in case they start coming in. And I'm hoping that while because obviously I can't keep an eye on those guys as well, I'm hoping they're moving up and doing their thing. I'm just going to try and hold these things off as quickly as I can until they give me the old caca, caca, and I know that it's done.
Yeah. So we're gonna hold on to your
Are we
consequence
manoeuvring?
for a little bit. Sorry?
Is it manoeuvre that the rest of us is doing?
That maneuver sounds good to get to where we need to.
And we're in risky, yeah?
Yeah, you're in risky. Old Sneaky Pants here is in desperate position, but
That's
I'm
Indigo
gonna
Sneaky
maneuver.
Pants.
I'm going to maneuver and I'm going to push myself
Indigo Stripy Pants.
Yeah, I think push. Good plan.
because I need to. Because I ain't got much. Oh my
Oh.
goodness!
Oh no!
Yeah, yes, you need to push yourself.
Oh,
Do we get the squad roll as well?
Yeah.
So roll for the squad and make it a good one.
Well, nope. It's a
So
tank.
who was leading that?
you were, Matthew, weren't you?
Sasha?
I didn't specify, but yeah, I can lead it. That's no problem.
Okay. Yeah. So 2 stress.
As well as my own 2 straight. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
2 extra for the
Cool.
for the.
Cool. cool.
So
If anyone
you
was
get
good
there
as
because
those
you rolled the
rookies.
4. And we're gonna just smash together your consequence and Indigo's consequence from the previous thing, and I guess like part of your hesitation is from the screeches in the distance, because you can see also the devourers, the large bat bird monstrosities, and you're going to where you know that Indigo has marked the location, and Sasha, you're probably getting out your kit and whatnot. Indigo, you can start to hear from behind you as you're stood there motionless, waiting and tense with your bow in hand. You can hear this ticking behind you, entirely just incongruous with your surroundings, and it takes you a bit to actually realize that it sounds like a clock.
Obviously,
Like
I'll glance back. Obviously, I won't make it out myself.
Yeah, and you can see like 10 meters behind you is a relatively tall figure draped in sort of okay, like middling quality, all right, you guess like noble clothing. There's a wind that flaps the figure's long cloak in the air, and you can see from behind the hood, from under the hood, which is also being tossed by the wind, the figure is wearing no appropriate clothing at all. The face is an ornate, you think like the first thing that comes to mind is like a death mask, an ornate death mask of gleaming metal. And you can hear coming from this creature this like and it extends one hand, and there's a schnick sound, and there's a gleaming, you think maybe bronze blade that's just like comes out of the sleeve, and it starts leaping across the snow at you, and you make note in this a couple of seconds that you have time to react to this. It's not making any sort of marks on the snow. It's actually going over the snow, leaving no marks at all, and making no other sound other than the... And it's coming at you. And the rest of you can see this figure as well. It's not trying to hide at all anymore.
So there's that thing, and there's the things in the sky.
Yeah, the things in the sky aren't coming down at all yet. They're doing a sort of sweep.
Okay.
They're like, oh, what's this light here?
You
But
guys
this guy...
stick to the explosives.
Okay.
Okay, so what I want to do is... What I'd like... Would you say that since this thing attacked me from sort of like behind, I've effectively been ambushed?
It's sort of the... It's not a full-on... Because otherwise it would have been already there hitting you. That would have been, if you had actually flubbed the roll, that would have been it. But you didn't. So this is you having some reaction time to the ambush.
Well,
instead.
in which case, what I'd like to suggest is, because if I'm being ambushed, I get flashbacks for 0 stress. Because I'm ready for anything. What I'd like to suggest a flashback earlier, just before I sort of left and went up to like find the explosive site. I would like to suggest that Theonin handed me like just like one of the little detonators out of the wrecking kit and was like, oh, in case we don't make it and you need to set something off, take this with you.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to try and do is I want to basically try and I'm going to try and shoot this thing, but as I'm doing it, I'm going to sort of I'm trying to back away to the edge. I'm going to sort of, as I'm sort of like getting my arrow ready, I'm quickly going to like drop the charge like down near the edge. And my plan will be sort of like, as I fire at it and it gets close, I'm going to leap out of the way, hoping that the charge will go off, crumble the edge of like the ledge that we're on, and it'll go, I'll get you next time, Zebra pants. And it'll fall into the abyss.
Yeah,
That's
so
my crazy plan.
That, again, like it's not on me to tell you what to do, but that sounds like a maneuver thing. Like maneuver would fit very well with that. Because you're not trying to kill it with your shot, you're trying to
Do you know
bait
what?
it.
My manoeuvre score is pants, however, I'm presuming it's a desperate roll.
It is.
And I'll push myself, so I'll be up to 3 dice, so that's not too bad. So I'm going to give it a go.
But again, you can pick whatever you want, but that sounds like the
Manoeuvre sounds apt to me,
yeah.
to be honest, so I'll go with that. So I've got 2 bonus dice.
Yeah.
Boom!
Okay, so you do it. You absolutely do it. And so you fire. You have black arrows, right?
Yeah, it's a black arrow.
Okay, so you drop the thing, and so you set it off. You drop the thing.
Yeah.
You start doing your maneuver. You taunt it by shooting the arrow. The arrow hits it straight in the chest. It's not trying to dodge it at all, even though you think it probably could try. It hits it in the chest, and there's just a ding, and it just pops off.
I'm guessing out of character it's like an entirely mechanical creature, but obviously in character I don't know that.
Yeah, it's incredibly armored, let's say. So it's there's a tink, and the arrow drops into the snow, and the figure, there's a hiss, which isn't the sort of like pneumatic hiss. It's an actual like human, quote unquote, person doing some kind of hissing noise, and it almost moves faster than you can see, with the bronze blade coming up in the air, ready to lop your head off, and then the charge goes off, and the creature charges off the cliff and disappears. And the cloak just like flaps in the wind as it goes down and disappears from view, and it's off the cliff.
Okay, so we need Matthew, I think, to do a roll for setting the actual explosives, and then we need to try and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be it. And this is the portion. Well, now he's back, but
Right,
this
in
would have been
case.
the portion of the movie.
Yeah, I kept my headset on. I just let the dog out.
Yeah, I
sorry
was
about
thinking
that.
this is the part of the movie where like everyone's like, "Do it, Sasha, do
Yeah.
it," and then the camera cuts there and Sasha's not there. Like, Sasha,
So
we need you.
my plan is like Sasha's a different kind of demolitionist, not quite as like gun ho in the sense it's not big booms. This is like clever booms. So I'm gonna rig up hence a set of explosions using the wrecking kit and the charges I brought with me to create like an area that's going to go and hopefully create a momentum rather than just one small big explosion. I'll sort of like create like a line, or I don't know how if that works in creating avalanches,
Yeah.
but I will try
Okay.
using
So
a rig.
you're setting them up now.
Yeah,
You're
rig
you're
to give us a
doing the
chance to
mission
get out of the
objective
way.
right now.
So are we desperate at this stage? Or are we just risky over here?
I would say risky now because you don't know this, but Indigo got rid of whatever that creature was.
Yeah, okay, good.
It fell off a cliff.
Okay, do I?
It's a theme with
Okay, I'm just
the
gonna...
unknowable force that controls some of these characters, that things get punted off a cliff. And you roll a 6 because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't everyone
I've
roll a
saved
6?
it up for today. That's what it is. I've just tanked every game until this last session.
If we ever had a doubt about the rightness of our cause, the dice gods have answered.
Yeah, so you set it up. You know it's good to go. Now what remains is for you guys to make your escape. And that is
GTFO.
when we need to probably a group action
Yes, bro.
get away.
I would suggest that I lead a sort of group scout action of some kind, because I'm trying to pick obviously like cover and stuff like that so we can make our way down unseen rather than just sort of bolting down the mountain.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everyone rolls scout.
I apologize. I may make this really difficult for you, John, because I have no ranks in Scout.
It's fine.
Oh, yep.
Right, Hannah should be back in a second.
Good with the booms, not good with
Matthew, get the squad as well.
Oh yeah, okay.
Come on, 6 for the squad. Come on. We need you to roll a scout roll if we're trying to escape from the mountain.
Me, scout.
Yeah, it's a group action.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I've got 5 already, so.
Okay.
So how many stress am I taking?
5,
I
I believe.
2?
2. Okay.
2, yeah.
Yeah, so I've taken that. I still got a 5, so.
Yeah, so 5. Do you all have armor? I guess you would.
I
if
do,
you have
yeah.
At medium, at least.
Yes, I have armor.
Yeah. So what I was going to
quite
suggest is you get harried by the Devourers a bit. But since you have armor, you could just buff that off.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so yeah, you get harried by the Devourers as you depart, and the booms go off, and there's an avalanche in the mountain pass, the largest of them. And that is done. Someone please get the Baron out. get Rufus rolling for our long-term project to reinforce.
Shall I do it
the
this time?
Go on
Okay, I'll get him back out. Come on, Baron, where are you? Baron. Yeah. And I'm gonna continuing to like tell them, you know, this is where we'll hold them. This is where we will meet the enemy. Come on.
Everyone's just like,
Can I
Rufus,
push
I
myself?
know.
Or is it, oh no, it's just a long-term project, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I can't push myself because that would be fun if I could. Okay. And it is boosted because of his thing, right? Right?
Yeah, did you roll a 6?
Yeah.
Booyah.
Roof.
Sorry.
Let's see what Ruru has achieved.
You know what he does? He starts telling them like stories about Skydagger and how it's, you know, he might embellish it a bit. Like,
I like
oh
to think
yeah,
he
this is
just-
held worse than this Cinder
I like
King.
to think he just steps out and he's like, "Gentlemen, be excellent to each other."
out of some kind of phone booth. Just say, John.
Okay, so that was 5 segments. That was no shit. Excellent work again by the Baron.
Oh, this stockpile of Andalusian timber. Oh,
I'll tell you what, when the reinforcements from the east come, like the first like drinks are going to the Baron.
Okay, next up, assemble the siege weapons. So you need to get your siege weapons up there on the cliffs. Nobody knows if the undead have sent more nimble units to reach them overland, or what might be nesting amidst the tunnels, because there are tunnels leading up to the cliffs, or you could go overland. Whichever route you pick, that's up to you, but you need to get your 2 siege weapons in place. And you've selected who for this?
I believe I sent Grey Standing Cliff and Rain.
Okay.
I believe
So,
that was the case
yeah,
because the other
so-
one was the second wave, wasn't it? It was called the.
Yeah.
Because I think
So
I have to
that-
send 2 specialists for this, don't
Yeah.
I?
Yep.
Because that's
Yeah.
where I was kicking off. I was like, 2? No, 2.
Mhm.
Okay.
So yeah, you can assign your characters.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have Hannah take point in this. She's gonna be Grey Standing Cliff. You know, might as well start and end with a nice, Grey Standing. Sure. I'll take Rain. We want my old buddy, and John will take one of the squads. Members. I just need to check my sheet. Where is it? Officer. Have I hidden it behind here? Yeah, it's here. So I need to. So we're going to. Where are the siege weapons? Are you on the cliff side? Did you say?
Yeah, you need to take the siege weapons from the fortress to these positions on the cliff faces.
Okay. I'm gonna. I believe. I'll double check. I'm thinking Star Vipers for this. Yeah. Yeah. So Star Vipers, John, you'll take McCarty, Wilbur, and you'll be the horseman. We'll bring some horses along to get the siege weapons up there. Which I think I can do automatically because of his ability.
Yeah, because he's a horseman.
He's a horseman
he
indeed.
gets
Yep.
3 horses.
Right, so if we encounter any enemies up here, they are fucked because they've got grey and red and siege weapons. Right. Okay. This. I have so many characters open right now. Okay, let's just put that guy away for now. Alright, I'm good. So, are we the same penalties for the equipment if we take more than normal? Then we're going to be penalised for this, or is that just...
No, this is a supply mission. I was just looking that up. So, supply mission. If the quartermaster is spending food, you can take +1 die. And commander, what is the current pressure?
3.
Okay, so that's -1.
Oh man.
So you are either at 0 dice or 1 die if the quartermaster spends food.
I'll spend the food. We've got food.
Okay.
Would
One dice.
horses help here?
That helped me.
Now you get them automatically, John. As long
Yeah.
as we've got them in
Oh,
our
right, okay,
as long as we
cool.
have them in
Yeah.
the Legion, you get them.
Yeah,
3
that's
horses.
why I always keep one
Yeah.
horse left over.
Right. I'm gonna go heavy load, I think. 'Cause, do we have black shot for this as well, or was that
Yep.
every
Everybody gets black shot.
black shot?
Look under your seats. Everyone gets black shot.
Everyone gets a black shot. I have to take winter clothing. Yeah. Just no messing about. Take some oil as well.
That's
Just in
exactly what
case.
I've done.
Just in case. It's quite interesting going from like playing as a rookie or like a soldier then to like a fully fleshed out specialist who's got like everything going on.
Right, yeah. Grey Standing Cliff is standing against the darkness. Therefore, all squad mates that can see me gain +1 dice to resist fear and corruption.
It's tasty.
Nice.
Who's in command?
It was Grey Standing Cliff.
Okay,
That's good.
keep it tight. These weapons are on wheels.
Mhm.
We're pushing them up a hill.
Presumably
Stay-
we can pull them on with the horses if we need to.
Yeah. Well, we're pulling them up a hill with horses. Stay close.
Yep.
Weapons out. Eyes out. Let's move.
Okay, 1 die, Marshall. 1
Come
die.
on, Marshall. Come on. Oh, no. It happened sooner or later.
We knew it was coming.
Yeah, we knew it was coming.
So, you're in a desperate position when the action starts.
But we
So
were
we're
doing
gonna-
so well.
We were doing that.
We're gonna smash cut into the action once again, and you're up on the cliffs. You've scouted out the positions. You're almost there, but you need more time to set them up. And your current problem is that there are a handful of devourers that you've spotted flying around, and 3 of them have taken an interest in you, and they've descended to harry you. And on top of that, you've spotted that on each of these devourers there is a shadow witch riding it. So your last few minutes have been spent trying to calm the horses down as the horrifying devourer shrieks almost send them like galloping off the cliff with your siege weapons. And you know that it will not be long before the foul words of the shadow witches will start corroding you, body, mind, and soul.
Okay. What
So
squad
there's
is
sort
it
of-
we've got with us?
Marshall?
Sorry?
Yeah, that would be my squad, the Star Vipers.
Yeah, Star
Star
Vipers.
Vipers.
Hmm.
Star Vipers, Rain Dead Eye. That shit in the sky is your problem. The horses are going to be my problem. I'm going to take the
Understood.
reins of each of the 2 horses and start pulling them up the cliff gently, slowly.
Superhuman strength.
I'm going to be
Get on my
holding
back.
them in such a position that needs be, I can drop those reins and cut the harnesses so that the horses can go over the cliff and I can pull the fucking siege weapons up
Yep.
there myself.
Yep.
That's basically my plan from here on. Rain Dead Eye, do your shooting thing. Do lots of it.
What I'm here
I
for.
have flares if you need them.
Do you
I've got a
mind
good
if
eye
I-
for
do
this.
you mind if I borrow that flag gun, Captain? I'm pretty handy with shooting.
Yeah, have a flare gun.
Thank
Do
you.
you want some black shot?
Yes, please, because I don't have any normal ammunition.
I like the idea of the marshal's sort of like instruction to Rain was just cover, great, make sure he gets up there.
Yeah.
Got it.
And obviously, I'm going to take position with the rest of the Star Vipers, and likewise load up with Black Shot and get ready for the winged terrors to come sweeping him.
Okay, so that to me again sounds like a group action, Rain.
Yeah, I'll lead a shooty shoot.
Okay, let's.
Like,
I'm going to spend a grit to push myself using my special ability.
Yeah, grit
Yeah,
is
yeah, you got-
sweet.
some of those soldiers have got some pretty sweet little toys there, John. If you count with them. So, yeah. Okay. Shoot. Group action coming up. We are still in desperate.
No, we start in desperate because of your absolute shit roll there.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. Oh God.
Right, don't sugarcoat it.
I've rolled better.
Boom, double six.
luck.
Makati Wilbur!
Man, the myth, the horseback legend.
Can you roll for the rest of the Star Vipers?
Yeah, sorry.
Do you want me to do it while you...
Oh, sorry, mate. I'll do it.
Okay, cool.
I got it. Got to see this through.
Nice.
Yeah, it wasn't better than the critical.
It couldn't have been better.
Yeah. Let me get a clock here.
You know what I love the idea is when you ask for this to go for another group, right? And he thinks I'm gonna really show them the terror of this game, and they don't roll the 6 for the entire like.
Hmm?
campaign. Oh, sure.
So you're using Black Shot?
Yes, that I would have done, yes.
So the undead clock there represents your efforts against
Nice.
these creatures. Flying terrors. Great Standing Cliff. Can we have a roll for you getting the horses and or the siege weapons?
I see this probably being a maneuver, isn't it?
Maneuver sounds great.
See, Grey Standing Cliff is shit at everything apart from resisting
You
consequences.
got any abilities that can
We're
help out?
risky, are we, or are we desperate?
Desperate.
We're desperate.
If you're using
Uh,
maneuver, you do get a bonus at the moment
Do I? What's the bonus?
from the horses if we're using them.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
you get +1 dice to manoeuvre rolls.
Thanks to
Oh,
McCarthy.
man.
So you just put a bonus dice on it.
Okay.
I feel like I'm developing a
and
mind map
I'm
of
gonna
all their
push
abilities now.
myself because we're obviously in a desperate situation, so that's 2 with bonus dice.
It's a 4.
Right, yeah, and then resist the
Hold on a
consequences.
second. Cancel that. Just take it off to see one of your abilities.
What? War Machine. Doing
No, that's far out. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the consequence is going to be
All I need to do for the other one to work is to be in your line of sight. So yeah, consequences, rolling to resist.
5.
1 stress. Yeah.
okay. So there is a clock that I've just added, which I will call horses.
Mm-hmm.
And horses represents when the horses are gonna bolt.
Okay,
And you
so
just
I need
resisted.
to keep that down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they start out with 1, and you've just sort of held them in place, i.e., prevented more from being added. All right, then it is the enemy. I think it's going to be the case of like them starting to land on the cliffs at this point. So one of these devourers, which is being ridden by a shadow witch, it lands on the cliff, and again, your ears and truly it's your minds that are being swamped by these insidious whispers on the wind, while this shadow witch from atop the bat bird nightmare creature is looking at you pleadingly, as if to like just please help me. So again, situation being, there is a waft of foul magic in the air, and when you next act, it will be upon you as you do so. So I believe it's Rain. What's going? Grey Standing Cliff is holding the horses, making steady, extremely slow.
I'm gonna shoot these
pace.
foul creatures because while they beg for their lives, I'm a cold and uncompromising killer
Are we
now.
going for another group action, Rain?
Yes, we will destroy them before they affect us.
I understand.
magic
Spending my last grit.
Okay.
Witness the power of a fully
black
operational
shot.
squad of legionnaires.
Black shot. Okay, are we still in desperate?
Oh yes.
I was going to say I should think so. It's not.
Oh, wait.
It's not got more
Just making
peaceful,
sure.
has it?
But it doesn't matter when you roll with the sixes.
This is the best shot in the Legion.
It's a 5 for me as well.
Yeah. Matthew, can you get the boys?
Come on, another 6. Come on.
Okay. Well, it doesn't cost you anything, so. Okay, you do it. You shoot the creatures, you pepper them with black shot. We'll add your successes on the thing. Oh yeah, however, the consequence of dark magic. I'm delighted to say 2 damage, 2 harm, and 2 corruption on everyone.
Wow.
I'll take
Hang
the
on.
relinquary.
You gain +1 dice to resist. Don't forget from me.
And you have the sacred seals.
We do. Finally, they're coming into play, baby.
What do the sacred seals give us a
Is this
relinquary?
prowess to resist or is resolve?
It's special armor against magic.
it just
effects.
goes away.
Oh, boom.
Yeah, you can. Your seals, if you're using them,
Yeah, I'll tank
Yeah.
that with the seals then.
your seals catch on fire. The wax melts. It's now spread all over your
Regards
armor.
from
and-
Zora.
So is that hitting me as well?
yeah, everyone hears it.
Does it get rid of both the consequences or just the damage?
That's a good question. I'm gonna say it's gonna be the damage.
Okay.
The corruption is there still.
Okay, so we've all spent our seals, so we only need to resist the, was it 2 corruption?
Yeah, 2 corruption.
I'm just gonna take the corruption.
I'll take it on the relinquary that I've
I'm
got.
just taking it. Just taking
Yeah,
the
because you're
corruption.
devout.
That's right,
You're-
baby.
You're Barton.
Grey Standing Cliff does not resist corruption.
Well, he does, but he takes 3 stress as a result.
Oh, that completely fills his stress box, but doesn't tick it over.
Yeah, it doesn't need to go over. If it's
That
full,
still
then
means you've
it's
got a
trauma.
trauma. You're done.
That means Grey Standing Cliff is done.
But not until the end of the mission, right?
Yeah, well, Grey Standing Cliff is out of the action, is the thing here. So, what happens is, Grey Standing Cliff is pulling the horses together and doing a great job at it, because Grey Standing Cliff is worthy of the name. So, I think it's a long, drawn out shot of Grey Standing Cliff striding forwards through the snow to the position on the cliffs where you've been told that this is where you need to put these contraptions, and just holding on to the horses, like grabbing them half by the neck because they're going wild with fright. And it's just a continuously, the camera just like lowers down, and so does Grey Standing Cliff, and there's blood coming out of his ears and nose and eyes, and it's just a slow sort of crumbling as the dark voice in the
As
air.
a last action, then, if I've got them into place, can I cut the horses free of the siege weapons?
Yeah, you're free to, like, you can't see anything anymore. You flip out your your weapon. You just like flail in the direction of the harness where you know it is, and it's just like collapse on the cliff edge, like bloody face dripping blood off the cliff, and the horses scamper. They run off and fall over the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Should have just taken the corruption. Single tear coming down Rain's good eye, not his dead one.
And the rest of you can see Ray standing cliff. Oh, we're
Sorry,
Well-
can I just have a look at Ray Standing Cliff's sheet for a second and scroll up?
we have
What did you
technical
take, what did you
difficulties.
take the stress from? Oh, you're resisting, weren't you?
Yeah, resistance.
Oh,
was
sorry,
the
that's
thing,
fair.
yeah. So
Was this
Ray
in the
standing
corruption, though,
cliff.
wasn't it?
Entirely wrong.
Because this is in corruption, wasn't it? So it just filled up the.
I was going to say, does it?
Stress when you resist
Oh.
corruption.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
so-
what I was getting confused. Sorry,
Yeah,
that was
sorry,
my
yeah.
bad entirely.
Go.
Yeah. So Ray standing cliff is draped over a cliff very pointedly,
Fuck. Yeah.
and just bleeding out onto the snow, and the horse
Can't
has
rain dead eye.
gone.
But at least with your last act, you completed the mission. You've got
I
the.
did.
You put them where
Yeah,
they
yeah.
needed to be.
Yeah.
Now you just need to get out of here. But
True Panya.
that might be a thing because your horses are gone now. So
Well, let's face
Now-
it, Ray Standing Cliff isn't getting out of here.
yeah. So you
We still got
have
the ones where we're on though, aren't we? We're actually using like to move around, like
well yeah.
catty ones, yeah.
Okay, so the weapons are here. However, if you leave, they're gonna break them.
No, we ain't leaving till the undead are gone either.
Yeah. So we still have.
I'm already reloading, Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, it's the same thing. Unfortunately for you, their offense doesn't need anything specific because they are channeling the breaker's foul magic. They just need you to be here to hear it. And
That's fine.
your vision is getting blurry as you like reload your muskets, and it's like can't really focus on the.
I'm going to close my good eye. I'm going to use my chemical eye,
Mhm.
and I'm going to lead a group action to shoot these things, take them out,
Yep.
using my third black shot, and I will be using an aim. This
Right.
is personal.
I'd like to help with that group action. I don't know if this is if not, if this isn't possible,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just go and shoot. But what I want to try and do is I'm going to be trying to maneuver myself round on my horse and sort of fire at them. So hopefully, if they come towards me, they're moving away from the weapons. Is that possible? As part of the group
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
action.
you could set this up. You could have a separate action to set up the group action.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can do your thing first, and then we go on to the actual
Okay.
thing.
So I'm doing a maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a +1 to that because I'm
Your horse thing.
on a horse and I'm pushing myself. So +2.
Yeah. Do you want a devil's bargain?
Well, what is the devil's bargain?
One of the devourers swipes Makati off the horse and like gets the horse. Basically, grabs the horse by the neck.
Forget that.
He wants his ass.
Double 6. Come on, Makati.
Makati doesn't need no devil.
That's it. I got all the bargains I need right here.
I'm the bargain
Send
bin man.
to take care of the devil.
Does that claim my stress because it's a critical?
No, it's the resistance.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I always forget that.
But this one like fucks people up. the
He's
critical
gonna set me
resistance.
up for the group action.
So you've set up your thing real well. Let me refer to what that actually is. Set up. Okay. Set up. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Now that was it. Initial setup. Initial setup. Da, 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 da. Teamwork.
That's fucking teamwork.
Teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you get to decide whether Rain and the rest of the Star Vipers get +1 effect level or improved position for their role.
Which would you prefer, Rain?
Well, higher effect would mean we take more of them out in one go, in one like encounter. But position would make it more likely that we get it off in the first place. So it's.
Just pick one.
I'm gonna say effect.
There we go. Effect them.
Okay.
Rain is very upset with these for taking down his friend, his long-time Legionnaire buddy. So yeah, so I'm using black shot. I'm using aim. I've got the position for the effect, and I'm gonna push myself to add an extra dice.
What a lad.
Do you want a devil's bargain?
No, I'm good for that. It's are we still desperate though?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I forgot that I didn't want my XP.
What effect will it be? Great or extreme at this point?
Your rifle is bound to be fine. So
And I've got aim
two
and black shot.
black shot, aim, setup. It's going to be extreme.
Yeah. Okay.
That's extreme work.
Extreme work.
Oh, you legend.
Yep. You love to see it happen. Okay, so you gun down the rest of the immediate shadow witches and
I'm assuming once we're like in no
Devourers.
immediate danger, our plan's going to be pick up Grey Standing Cliff and
Yes.
get out of Dodge.
His mission may be over. If the Legion brings back their own.
Never leave a man behind.
okay, that was that. We move on to the next
Do we leave
one.
the squad to use the siege weapons in the final, like encounter? Like, how's
Yeah,
that?
technically, like, yeah, they can be, but
Okay.
like
Well,
you
yeah,
can take
I
back the
assume
body
our
and-
specialists as well as sort of staying in the area because we
Yeah.
can't be in the other missions.
Yeah. I'm delighted to tell you that it's the final mission.
No, it's not because we've got to do the gate thing first, haven't we?
Yeah, we have to roll for the.
Yeah.
Come on, Marshall. Take it home.
I'm gonna
Country
get
road.
Rufus back out.
Yep.
Okay.
Whatever you
yeah.
got, busted out.
Come on,
It's just
Mountain
a straight
Mama.
roll. It's just a swear roll. But it is boosted because of the
Yeah,
labourers.
it is. It definitely
Should be
is.
enough to take us over.
Yeah, I think it is.
He's made a packed lunch for everybody.
It's like, Baron
Yeah.
Mortello, where did you get all them Lunchables from?
Yeah, the critical on the last roll was really good, and
Really
now
helped.
you filled it. So, the Baron and the Grinning Ravens have reinforced the ramparts and the gates,
Right.
and we move on to holding the second wave.
This is where it gets fucked because I've only got it's down to Kingfisher. Essentially, that's what it's down to. This is the game. It's come down to this man. Right.
Yeah, one moment. I need to. Let's take 5. So
Okay,
we
cool.
have things to do. Let's
I'll grab a drink.
a little
Yeah.
break here. Okay. Oh, you've got reinforcements?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just saying she was really good earlier. Today's supposed to have been the first day she'd be allowed outside. The weather's been pants all day, so we didn't let her. And then I went out for a ciggy just before I came up here, and left the door open. And she came out with the other cat. They both went into next door's garden by the time I'd realised that she'd come out the door. And then they were both up on next door's garage roof. I shouted her. She came back. This is the one thing I was concerned about. She's done it. Banging. And as you can see from the bald spot, she's recently been spayed. So that's another problem out the window for her.
Yeah.
Okay.
This game's making me want to stress eat, you know. It's like
Constant stress. Yeah.
Let's do this mission then.
Yep. It's just,
Let's do it.
that's the tonics from the healer.
Yeah. So this is the final one.
Yeah. Holding back the second wave. Who did you pick? You need to pick one squad and up to 3 specialists.
I picked the Kingfisher. He's taking point. John, you're back in the saddle. This is your moment. But I think that's all I have left. Yeah, that's all I have left is the Kingfisher and a squad. 2 squads, isn't it?
1 squad.
1 squad. Oh, okay. That's going to be problematic. Okay. Would I have had chance to move around the personnel before the beginning of this?
Sure.
Sure. Because I'm going to send the Silver Stags, but I'm going to take 2 members of the Shattered Lions and pop them in there to keep them full. And what's left of the Shattered Lions would hold the base camp in case they got inside there. So I'll put. You've got a choice of you're gonna have to make a rookie, unfortunately, Hannah. Yeah.
4 dots on the thingy, yeah?
Yeah, you've got a choice of Qatari, Anari, Russet Driving Typhoon, Esquire Bill Preston, and Silver Carving Thunder.
I seem to remember I got Ted Theodore Logan killed recently, so maybe not Bill Preston.
He's promoted. Theodore Logan. He's promoted. Yeah,
okay.
He's a soldier. He survived the cull.
Which group is this? Sorry, the
Silver Stags.
Silver Stags.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I might need to shuffle these around now because you moved them. So.
Unfortunately. Yeah. Okay,
So...
and I'll take Rakash Manabur. He's my last ace in the hole.
Okay, so it looks like. So did you update?
I'll take the Panyar.
I did on my Barbosa sheet.
Okay.
My Barbosa sheet, my Marshall sheet.
Yeah, my boy.
I realised how that sounded weird when I said it out loud. I was like, okay.
So it's the Shattered Lions and Silver Stags. Okay, so you're filling out the Silver Stags with some Shattered Lions.
Yeah, just basically bumping them up to assist the Kingfisher in his. Whatever happens, we must hold them off.
This is a hold the line thing, yeah.
Katara, Arani, Rakash Manabur, Russet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this guy, Rakash Manabur, is an assault specialist. Essentially, he's built for us getting attacked. So hopefully this is going to help.
So,
Hopefully.
block. and plop.
Hopefully.
And then this guy is Esquire Bill Preston.
Whoa.
Oh man. Whoa. Dude.
Far out.
Far out. This guy I've got is one of the few that has actual martial skills. If you need me to order some
Well,
more
that's
around.
good because the Kingfisher I think got any.
Okay, so they should be all set properly now in the silver stacks.
I don't like the fact that Zora is now on the board.
Well, of course she is.
We have Blackshot. That's Blackshot is just the thing now we have. Yeah. I might need to take a musket. Yeah. Yeah, will do.
And one of you can have my black shot because I don't have a missile weapon.
I'll take it. I'm better at shooting than I am at fighting in close combat.
Are you better at shooting than me? I've got 3 dice on it.
No, you take it then. You take the
Gonna
black shot, the
say.
extra black shot. Take it. So this guy, John, he has over the top. So when you charge into the teeth of an enemy, outnumbers or outguns you, clear 1 stress and take 1 dice to maneuver.
Nice.
He also has 8 iron shit nails. When you push yourself, all harm penalties also take 1 dice to resist the consequence.
Well, handily because of the Kingfisher Knight not only has skirmish at level 4 now, but also because of his abilities. When I push myself, I gain potency in melee combat, and I reduce the threat and level of all enemies I'm facing by 1.
Yeah.
Because I've got War Machine and Weapon Master now.
Yeah. Do you reckon I could request an extra, just a normal item from the quartermaster, like before this, just like as something else to take as my equipment?
You could roll for it.
I just want a shield, just a shield.
Yeah, you can roll for it.
Okay. I'll try.
If
I'll
not,
try.
I can actually take an extra shield and give it to you.
That's up to you. That would work too.
Because I get 1 on my heavy and I've got 1 piece of equipment left that I've not taken.
Boom, done.
Which is also shield.
That could work. Do we still need winter clothing for this?
Well,
Yeah.
you don't need to.
We're in the same.
All right,
we're in
all
the
right.
same place. It's equally as cold.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I get a reliquary anyway, don't I? Yeah.
Is it
I
going to
don't-
be relevant
God damn
whether
it,
I've
Rakesh,
taken
this isn't a
camping
summer
gear or
holiday.
cooking kit? Is it going to be relevant whether I've got my camping gear or my cooking kit?
Probably not.
No, I didn't think it would be.
Just taking a shield for a bit of extra armor in this situation.
Unless this turns into flee for your lives, and then we camp out in the caverns.
Unless we come across some like old wizened king, like grimly eating like loads of like chicken bones. Like,
Yeah. Cherry tomatoes
So,
by
come on.
biting them in half.
We're up on Skydagger Keep. The avalanche has come down.
the siege weapons are in place.
The siege weapons are in place.
The forces of
The
the Raker
undead
have been
that got
delayed.
through before the avalanche are still coming up towards the castle, but the rest of them have been held off for now.
Yep.
And we've just got to hold off this last horde.
Yep.
So we just need the marshal to make an engagement roll, presumably.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true.
Okay, here we go, boys.
So this is the last stand because you've been successful so far. If you also pull this off, you are all set to dig in for the winter at Skydagger Keep. But you need to stop the ones that are here now.
Come on, marshal.
Okay, how many do I get? We're gonna go through this again. I've got a. It's not technically an assault mission, but I've got a heavy present.
I would like for you to make a chance roll, just a fortune roll,
I love it.
because this is the first time you're fucking around with the squads,
okay.
and you're putting in elite Shattered Lions in with some fucking new silver stags that got their spurs because they eat a lot of rats.
With the noobs.
Just a
The
single
Shattered
dice.
Lions don't give a shit about that. So I would like for you to give us a fortune roll to see whether or not there's some dissension here, because the marshal's putting in the A grade folks. Okay, yeah, no, they do grumble, but that's
Is it because like the kingfish just looks at them? It's the end of the fucking world, boys. Like pull in.
yeah. But you do, like, there's no end to the Shattered Lions now, with the silver stags being like, you fucking greenhorns.
Yeah.
Don't. Let me show you how it's done.
Yeah.
But yeah, they don't cause problems. That might have messed with your engagement roll there, but
That's fair.
okay.
Give me one more heart attack then.
Yeah, yeah, that would have been it at the end, right? Like
Yeah.
the one thing, human hubris, just coming in at the
Coming
last
in.
second.
How dare you try and fill out a full
Whilst
squad?
hubris killed the beast.
So we have legionnaires, so everyone's loyal, so +1, and so this is an unspecified mission. So I guess have fun with your one die.
Can we spend anything to boost that? Can the quarter?
Got black chart, haven't I? So
But it's
It's not an
there's
assault
no
mission.
it's just
Yeah,
one die.
yeah, it's a
Cool.
it's a mission.
Can the quartermaster boost it with anything?
I don't think so, because it's an unspecified thing, so it doesn't have minuses or whatever.
Fair enough.
I'm not sure how that's meant to be handled, but
Oh,
Fuck.
it's all right, Matthew. Don't worry.
so we
We're all expecting it.
Yeah.
This
the
is how
final.
it ends in fire.
so this is it. This is the last stand of the Legion before winter sets in, and we are faced with elements of both armies. There's some of the Breakers' armies, there's some of the Blighters' armies. However, the vast majority of the push of the army itself was the Blighters. So most of the Blighters' forces have been held back by the Avalanche for now, and a lot of the things, therefore, currently assaulting the walls and the gates of Skydagger Keep are from the Breakers' armies, which again does mean that there are hordes of charred black corpses ravening at you, and they are being supported by these ensorcelled villagers carrying whatever equipment they might have picked up. Now, the Breakers' armies are in no way organized the same as the Blighters. The Blighter is rather modern and also extremely scientific minded, hence the incredible equipment and siege weapons and whatever they've cooked up that you saw in Fort
We've got
Callisto.
those two now.
The Breaker is rather different. However, you see some very light, heavy equipment being mostly operated by these cursed townsfolk, basically. And we're cutting into the action again in the interest of getting
Okay,
this.
so I'm guessing the basic plan, guys, is going to be like everyone shoot, Kingfisher fight. No one runs.
Hold.
Hold fast.
Okay.
Give us that
Oh,
Zemyati war cry and stuff.
I'm happy to tell you, Marshall, that you can roll an extra die because you managed to reinforce the ramparts.
Oh, an extra D6. Come on, Marshall. Come on. If it gets another one, I'm going to crease.
Yeah, one. Well, that's equal to one.
So it's not a one, but it's the same thing.
like Charlie, Charlie from Charlie Chocolate Factory, where he gets that bar of chocolate and he thinks it's in there. I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
So there are hordes of the burned and the hexed. They're coming up the wall. You're stationed at the wall.
Yeah, I'm just going to be fighting on the wall. Everyone else shooting down.
Yep.
This is it.
Zora is there as well, holding her blade of living
legend.
fire, crowned in living flame. The undead recoil every time she moves, and it's looking pretty sort of manageable because Zora, by her mere presence, is capable of holding off a whole lot of undead by herself.
I'm hoping if a giant werewolf appears, like Zora's going to do with that.
Which brings me to Bed the Wolf, which, again, it is capable of incredible leaps because of the muscle mass it has to propel itself, and it just bounds up the wall and along the wall and just barrels into Zora, and Zora falls off the wall into the courtyard, and they're having it off in the courtyard of Skydagger Keep. 9-foot tall wolf man and Zora, stature of a normal human being, however, crowned in living flame, carrying a blade of living fire, fending off the wolf, and you can see Bed completely healed from the previous ravages inflicted on it. It is fully healed and roaring at Zora.
To be fair, I'm like, as the Kingfisher, I'm thinking, if I give him a licking, Zora can handle him. Then I'm just going to turn to the man and I'll be like, what are you waiting for? An invitation? Shoot!
Yeah. And
Like that, you mean?
Boom!
Are you leaving the group action or is just shooting?
Yes, sir.
Group action all the way. Go for it.
Shoot, you say, sir? Yes, sir.
All right.
Go on, Rakash. Help her.
That was
Are we desperate? Are we desperate?
with Blackshot at
Blackshot.
the wolf.
Well, no, we're not shooting at the wolf. We're shooting at the undead because Zora's
Oh, okay.
I would say
All right, with Blackshot at the undead.
we are currently risky, but it's promptly becoming desperate because there's so many of them.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were desperate because Matthew started with a 1.
Yeah. Of course.
That's why I was just checking.
Yeah.
I was just tagging.
No, I completely blocked that off because I was like, oh, Matthew's rolling. Probably
So basically, if we're shooting at the undead, is that going to affect the clock, or do we need to shoot at the wolf?
So the clocks here will be their dual. So if you want to try and affect those somehow, you're free to do that, but that's set up for them to fight each other.
Okay, so do you want to roll for the rest of the squad, Rakash?
Yeah.
3 6s altogether.
Yeah, that's the devil's bargain for free. Okay, so it's a critical effect. Let me get a clock here for the undeados.
To be fair, I might just leave you to deal with these and go and like kick the wolf in with Zora, since you guys seem to be doing so amazingly. I was like, don't worry, guys, I'll. Oh, see, you've got this. Carry on, man.
Obviously, it's the silver stags we've added off the
You
shot.
see, this rookie has been sitting around doing nout for the entire,
Just like
everything.
practicing shooting for the
So
entire
she's
thing.
done nothing but practice her shooting, so she's an amazing shot, which is quite handy right now.
Damn right.
So I'm
Although
gonna
I did
say
rather push myself last time.
That's fine. Keep pushing.
But I can only
the
take
result
one
of all
from
that,
wherever
because
it was.
we're not exactly counting heads right now. You are holding the walls totally at the minute. So with your drilled fire routines, you're actually managing to keep the walls free currently of the undead.
It's a Blackshot rich environment.
And yeah, it is. And I will say, because it's a critical thing, the increased effect is going to be you have, I'm going to say you have 2 free floating dice you can add on to your defense efforts here, whatever those might be.
Okay.
Like holding the wall, you have 2 free like free pushes basically.
So, sorry, this is just to try and get it straight in my head.
Yeah,
So how are we
yeah.
doing like clockwise for like pushing, holding up?
So
whatever
what
we
I'm
need to-
I'm gonna say is the clock that I've just set up there is a 6-segment clock,
Yeah.
and it is currently empty because it represents when the walls will be overrun.
Okay.
So,
So we're
you're
keeping
trying
it
to keep
down.
that to 0 is the thing. And currently it is at 0, and it started at 0, but you had an amazing roll there, so you will have all the time you need to set it up for future.
Okay, so before I act, basically what I want to do is I want to see how Zora's doing in her battle against Bed.
That sounds great, and we will roll for that.
Because if she's getting chinned, I might jump down and help her. But
Because you would reduce its effect by wading in there. If you start whipping out your abilities.
Number of dice, 4. Zora's doing like that, and then
Oh, the wolf's gonna roll like 5 6s. It's gonna be horrible.
it is pretty tasty. I've fought it before.
You did give it a.
oh, there we go.
There we go, 3 successes.
So, okay, so that means Zora's gonna take some hits, and let's see. That is increased.
Does she have a sacred seal?
No, it doesn't help against getting your head bitten off.
Yeah.
So Zora takes a. As you turn to look, having surveyed the wall, and be like, we got the first ones. Like you pushed down all the ladders, you shot the ones that got over it, and you're loading your musket, or you're not loading your musket because you're the Kingfisher Knight. You're reloading your weapon, your sword,
I've
your
just
hammer.
like, pulled out my hammer and
Yeah. And you glance over, and that is the exact moment when Bed the Wolf like leans back, and you can see for the first time, hovering in the air, sort of translucent, there are the forms of 5 shadow witches hovering behind Bed, and there are these ethereal sort of chains going from each of these shadow witch apparitions onto Bed, and Bed just like takes a massive swipe at Zora. Zora is sent sprawling, so there's a cloud of snow kicked up as Zora like goes spinning into the snowbanks, being smacked by Bed. Yeah, and you can see these apparitions of 5 shadow witches behind Bed with these ethereal chains attached to Bed somehow.
Okay, so if I can at this point, I'm willing to pay stress for it. I would like to have a flashback.
Yeah.
Now, this is related to the fact that I fought Bed before.
Yeah.
I know he's a werewolf. Or something similar.
Yeah.
I know he wasn't dead. So I was like, he's probably going to show up again. I think that's a fairly safe assumption. So I'd like to do a flashback, and it's basically going to be me sort of like trying to get anything silvery that we've got, so cutlery, whatever, and I'm effectively going to be like welding it to my hammer. And then what I want to have done is like before this battle, as I've seen Bed jump in, I'm effectively going to like sprinkle some of the black shot I've got, like just a few little bits, onto the hammer. My idea is then to like jump in behind him to like help Zora out.
Remember me?
I'm going to swing my hammer down to hit him, trying to pass it through the chains, thinking that like maybe the black shot might affect him. I don't know, but if not, smash the hammer with the silver on it into him, hoping to like give him some licks, and if nothing else, give Zora a chance to get up and like punt him.
Yeah. I think because that's quite specific in nature.
Yeah.
I think that's, but it's not like implausible, like out of the like blue shit. I think that's 1 stress for the
Done and done.
for the silver.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, let's get rolling as you enter the courtyard.
Okay, so I'm pushing myself so it lowers his threat level by 1. I also gain potency due to my weapon master.
Oh yeah, because you're a weapon master now.
Yeah, boy. And I've also got skirmish 4.
He's been using that a lot.
Yeah, there's
No, I've been using War Machine a lot. I've only just got Weapon Master.
yeah.
I mean, you've been using your weapon a lot.
Oh yeah. I've
Yeah.
mastered this weapon.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a warrior of the world.
It's only a 4 with all them dice.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
So yeah,
that's
I
the
think
biggest one I've ever seen in this game. It was no 6.
Oh, sorry, I've made a mistake there. It should be 1 less, so just ignore the last 2. Doesn't affect the result.
yeah, right. Okay, so you get in there, and you manage to swipe through one of these ethereal chains. It disappears, and so does the apparition it was connected to. And you then go on to smack Bed. Now,
And I'm armed with a fine heavy weapon. It's got black shot on it, silver on it. I get potency, and the threat of the enemy is reduced by 1.
so fine weapon, you get potency, and you lower its threat by 1. So you're on even ground with Bed with that, and
Come on, silver allergy. Come on.
it's so your effect is what I'm trying to puzzle out.
Yeah,
here.
yeah, it's fine, it's
What do
fine.
you do?
He's moving it.
So your
He needs an
your-
abacus of like the effect levels.
effect is no, that's not it. Your effect is standard. So
That's fine.
Bed gets smacked by you.
Hello, beastie.
Hello, mate.
Now he's got to
How you
choose who to hit
doing?
you or Zora.
me.
yeah, exactly. Bed is gonna, because Zora's in the snowbanks. Bed is gonna smack you. So that will be 3 damage and 3
Corruption?
corruption coming your way.
I'll take the 3 damage on my fine heavy armor.
Okay, so that's 2.
Yeah, I've taken my special for the fine shield as well. Oh,
Yeah, the shield again, 2-handed hammer.
oh yeah,
shield.
okay, yes.
Yeah.
I'll just take the 2 off.
Yep,
How much corruption did you say?
3.
Right, I'll take that on my reliquary. So that's gone.
Oh, you took a reliquary.
Yeah, boy. I learned my lesson last time I fought it. Okay, so I'm going to make a roll to resist the corruption if I can. Sorry, not corruption,
Yeah.
the harm.
Yeah, the resolve.
Yeah.
Is the thing. Okay, 1 stress.
Okay, boom.
Okay, so you go in there and you start tussling with Bed the Wolf. And on the walls, however, they keep coming. You cleared out the first ones that got over, but they're still coming. And what do you do, Rakash and?
Since
who
this
was it?
rookie seems to have a sharp eye, I suggest that they lead a shoot action and we can take apart these little devils.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Russet Diving Typhoon. Yeah, that is it. So yeah, you're shooting them.
We're still
yes?
desperate, right?
Yeah, it's Desperation Town.
It's desperate all the way. Just the way I like it.
I'll be chucking the black shot in.
Here we go. We just gotta keep this down for as long as possible.
And I may as well push myself.
Just remember, you only have 1 stress tract, and that's it.
Yeah, I know. There's 2 dots left on it after this.
Okay.
Oh, it's a
Ooh.
6, though.
I'll come in with my shoot. Shootity shoot. Huh. Ooh. It was 6 was the
Okay,
highest.
yeah. Give us a Matthew. Give us a
Oh,
roll
for the squad,
ability.
yeah. Okay. Come on.
Squad gains.
Okay. So if Rakash is leading, that's 1 stress.
Yeah, I can do that. I can lead. That's fine. I can lead.
Whoever's leading, that's 1 stress. So
I'll lead it then.
Okay.
and yeah,
I'm not gonna argue. Whatever.
And I'm hoping Zora can get in now and like give some Bed
Yeah.
some tasty licks.
so
Because
that
I'm
was
not.
sort of. I'm thinking like standard effect with the wall, and that means 2. So it would be this now.
Can we
However,
resist it?
you did the thing and you do it with good effect. So it goes boop, back down. So you push, you continue the fight for the wall, and you're doing a great job at it. So you're you're just firing nonstop into the.
Mechanically, do we know how long this will last? Like, what the end point? Like, is there?
I would guess out of character that it's as long as bed's here.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, because usually we have a clock to like indicate the end point. It's the opposite.
Usually one of the big ones is a sort of linchpin to whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Because the sort of like main intelligence resides somewhere else than the main rank and file.
Yeah.
So yeah, when bed is still standing there, highly likely that something's gonna be kicking up. However, it's not like bed is really like a strategic, like he's not a general.
It's more just sort of like a weapon they've like launched in, going, oh, that'll mess them up while we get over the walls.
Which implies there's another boss somewhere else that we've not seen yet.
So yeah, you're keeping the walls clear. Well done there. And then we have the duel in the courtyard. So the breaker is there, and then Zora is here. Zora.
Come on, Zora, God up.
We really need you to do your thing. Yeah.
Okay, and then bed.
Doesn't he have to decide who he's attacking?
Oh, so Zora gets
slightly less shit.
Yeah, Zora gets a thing in. So that is.
I bet she does more damage than me.
Kind of like that. The thing is as well, they're equal.
Yeah.
And Zora doesn't have.
I'm getting the fact they're the main combatants, and I'm just like,
the hype
does the
man.
Kingfisher reduce the threat level for Zora as well, or just only for him?
It wouldn't be like that now here. At least I don't think that way, because it's literally because Kingfisher is so good. And that doesn't translate
it does say reduce the threats of all enemies I'm facing, so I presume it's only for me.
Yeah,
okay.
That's the way that I.
You have squad related stuff.
Don't get me wrong. If I thought it'd work for Zora, I would be like shouting it from the rooftops.
Yeah. However, as we've learned, unfortunately, bed regenerates one of his ticks as we go.
Bitch.
And yeah, Kingfisher, what's up? They're clashing again. Zora is entirely free of snow because the living fire has evaporated all of that. She's back in the fight.
She
beating
doesn't
down.
even the clothing.
You can smell burnt. You can smell burnt hair because she's burning Bed's fur with the sword strikes. Yep.
Five.
Okay. Same deal. You're in the mix now. Are you still fumbling around with the apparitions?
No, I'm just leather it. Well, what I'm going to try and do is, again, I'm going to try and swing like I did last time, sort of swing the hammer around, hoping to pass it through one of the chains, and then bash it into Bed.
Yeah. So you go through one of the chains, one of the apparitions disappears, and same thing. You smack.
Just a quick question: like when the apparitions disappear, do I notice any effect on Bed or?
Not yet.
Okay.
You haven't and it's yeah, you really wouldn't even know what to look for, I guess.
No, that's fine. I'm just sort of like, if I see him, like, otherwise I'm just going to be like, I'm going to try and get rid of him because it's not stopping me hitting him, but I'm just going to keep, he's the main warrior at the minute.
Yeah. So you smack him again. Good. The walls, you're getting another wave.
Yeah.
Go on, Rakesh, lead the charge.
Do I need Yeah, I'll leave another shoot action because we still got black shot. This is my last one. I think.
Don't forget, you've got my lot of black shot, mate.
I'll give that to the rookie. They've got a better shot. I'll lead this one. Come on.
Oh yeah, sorry. The Bed takes a swipe at Kingfisher again.
All right, okay.
With because you have 5, so
yeah.
The thing is, are you using your war machine to suppress the threat level?
Yes. Yeah.
Again, yeah. So same deal. So 3 damage, 3 corruption.
Okay, so I've used my relinquiry, so I'm just going to have to roll to try and get rid of him. So, prowess for the damage. It's a 5.
That looked worrying for a bit there.
Yeah.
Yep. So 1 stress for the physical.
And then resolve.
Yep. 2 stress for the corruption.
Done and done.
Okay, 3 altogether. You're still in the fight, and Prakash, lead your.
Yep.
your
I'll lead the
group.
shoot. I'm gonna push myself for an extra die. Yep. I'm gonna do that because I'm a badass. Okay, are we desperate still?
It's all desperate, mate. It's all desperate.
Best believe it.
Okay.
The only reason why you aren't getting pulverized is because you have the wall. So.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 6.
So I just need the rookie.
It's a 5. So roll for
Okay,
the squad.
then the squad.
Oh, yep. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Okay, so again, you push back.
Oh, hold it.
You push back. Push them back. And the thing here is as well, this wouldn't be something you could do with one squad if there was a proper force of them here. But there's not, because you put down the avalanche, and it was only the column led by Bed that got through eventually from the lower pass. And that's the reason. Like you have a limited amount to deal with at any one time. But if you were facing the actual army, it's like
Nah.
5 people don't hold a wall.
Nope. Well, we got the Kingfish. He counts as an extra 5.
Yeah.
Right. If I can, I'm going to go before Zora on this turn. And I'm basically, rather than concentrating on Bed, I'm going to try and sort of like putting my hammer into one hand, having my shield in the other. I'm going to try and swing the hammer through as many of the phantasmal chains as possible, with the idea of sort of slowly getting closer to Zora so I can have my shield up, so I can use like my special to like defend her if I need to, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Give us a roll for.
I'll push myself and take a trauma. I got 1 left. I'm now obsessed with his destruction. Obviously, threat level lowered, potency and all that malarkey.
Yeah, someone's burning stress.
Yeah, he hasn't got much of that left.
I think you'll find I've still got 8 stress left because I've maxed out my stress tracks on.
Yeah.
Someone's also been gassing up on that stress track.
That's right, man. Like I said, I'm mainly going for the chains this time. I'm not actually targeting Bed.
Yep.
It's only a 4.
Again, that looked terrifying to read. Okay, so 4. So you want to get as many of the chains as you want.
Yeah, as many
you can.
chains as I can and basically end up so I'm next to Zora.
Yeah. So you can do that for sure. You get through the chains, and the effect is quite immediate when you take off the last one, and Bed seems confused for a bit, and then there's you get next to Zora, and Zora like instinctively like goes to like push you because you bring out the shield, like she like pushes you back in order to like shield you, because that's
fine if she pushes you back. She's a god. She can do what she wants.
Yeah. So she pushes you back because like she doesn't know what's happening to Bed. So it's like, oh, you better get behind me because I don't know what this
I'll just
is.
be like, look at the wolf.
Yeah, and Bed just sort of like leans back, looks like bewildered.
I'm hoping if he's hesitating, Zora will see that as the green to panel beat sign.
Yeah, and like Zora goes in for the like disemboweling, and Bed grabs the living fire sword in one hand, like gets his entire claw burned as a result, but basically like takes it, like grabs it, the hilt goes flying from Zora's hand. It goes out immediately when it leaves Zora's hand, so the hilt goes into the snow, and you can see Bed, the eyes are just completely bloodshot now, and there's a physical rumble that goes off from the courtyard as Bed fills his sizable lungs and just like bass rumble bellows at Zora and you, Kingfisher Knight, with a sort of primordial fury and rage and indignation that no one's ever heard of in this world, really. This is sort of unearthly hatred that is being vocalized at you. And both you and Zora are getting a mauling with an incredible speed that reminds you a little bit of the crows, but this one's 9-foot tall wolf muscle, and it just comes in with a rabid. There's no person left anymore in bed. Whatever restraint it had, it's gone now, and it's completely berserk coming at you. So I'm gonna roll for what bed does here. 4 dice as usual. Blop. Okay. So bed's coming in with a modicum of success, and we'll see what Zora gets up to. Zora doesn't have her sword at the minute. Rolls worse than bed. So you and Zora are getting a mauling from bed. You have your things. You have your shield, which of course we do know that with the shield you cannot use your hammer, so your hammer is not ready to go. But you have your shield. What do? There's gonna be damage to both you and Zora to the tune of 3, and for yourself as well, corruption 3.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, as she sort of like tries to shield me and she lets me go, and I shout like, "Look at the wolf!" I'm basically at the last minute I'm going to like throw myself in front of Zora with the shield and like take the brunt of it, because I'm like she's got far more chance of like killing him than I've got realistically.
Okay, so do you have anything you can like use to reduce the incoming?
I've got 1 dot of special and 1 dot of shield, which I can use.
Okay.
I mean, your bulwark thing, like your special like thing that you to protect.
I can to protect the squad, yeah. So I can use my 3 anchor to protect Zora.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I will do.
Okay.
So that's 2 off me and 3 off Zora.
Yeah. So
resisty times.
it destroys your so bed goes through everything you have on you. Because you throw yourself in front, and bed just like rips through whatever equipment you have.
Fight better like this.
Yeah. So like you just lightened the load. But yeah, bed destroys your shield, your armor's gone, your winter clothing out the window. You're basically in like Conan form now, like the wild hair, the mountain wind, ragged, torn clothing. This werewolf is screaming in your face.
I'm probably screaming back. I'm Zemiati, so
yeah. And Zora is up behind you, and she. Well, the sword itself is a bit of an extension of her. So
I'm actually going to sort of over my shoulder as I'm sort of taking this blow and it's shredding my shield to bits. I'm going to shout like, because I know Zora can like purge corruption from people. I'm going to shout where I think we need this thing's corrupted. We need to purge the corruption from it.
Purge it.
Sure, Zora, like we don't see how, but she has the sword in hand again, and like she pushes you away again because you're getting beat to shit, and Zora kicks Bed in the face, who doesn't seem to be too phased, but like Zora goes to attack again, and it's like, I know one way to do that, and brings the fire sword.
I was hoping she was going to give him a kiss, to be honest. Just like kiss him, like blow his mind, like
it's like
as the corruption comes out of him.
Yeah. The thing is as well, and you,
because I know from personal experience that being kissed by Zora hurts a lot.
Yeah, it does, and it does purge the corruption. However, Bed
is more of a Glasgow kiss.
Or like a headbutt.
Yeah.
with a crown of fire.
Give a swat nod.
So I think let's have a like we're gonna cut to the wall for a bit.
Yep.
Oh. Pew pew.
Last
Ooh.
wave at the wall.
I think
Okay.
it might be all down to you, Rakash.
Okay. Can I was gonna. Okay. I was gonna do a thing. I don't know if that would affect her roll or not.
What is the thing?
I was gonna, because I'm at a black shot. I was gonna lead by instructing them, like rather than actually shooting. Like I was gonna try and increase give them a bonus die or effect.
That is something you can. Yeah, you can roll your thing, and then we can do the group action.
Okay.
Yes, let's do it like that.
So I was gonna give them a bonus dice because I'm gonna use Marshall to be like position them, get them in a control point. Like, sort of like gauge where the attack points come in, try and get them in a good kill zone.
Yep.
Using my Marshall.
So roll your thing, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay. Come on.
Okay, so +1 effect or +1
Dice.
position.
Oh, position, which is
Okay, so it's risky then, rather than desperate.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can use Russet's thing here. So give us a shoot thing.
roll. Come on.
Sorry, yeah, that's me.
I'm saving up all my luck for this last session.
Yep, and give us a roll for the squad.
Oh yeah.
So it's great effect with black shot, yeah.
Yeah.
And did I get?
No.
I didn't get a bonus dice.
Okay. So
It's a 6.
Rakash, stress.
Yep.
1 of it.
One. Yes.
Don't
And
forget,
you
guys, you have the
successfully-
2 floating dice as well.
Yeah. Well, you've cleared the wall by now.
Can we give Zora the 2 floaty dice?
Sure. Let's see what happens.
Why we should give one to John and one to Zora?
No, give it all to Zora, man. Give it all to Zora.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay.
There's a throwdown coming.
I'm gonna come help with the wolf in a second if I can.
Cheers, guys. Oh, 3
Zora's-
6s from Zora.
Zora's coming in strong, and Bed is beat to shit because you have done away with the bindings that a coven of 5 shadow witches have put on Bed to make him any way manageable. And now that you've put your silver through the ethereal chains,
He's a wild animal again.
yeah, he's not himself. So
I knew that silver was going to pay off.
So Zora is going. What's the clock like? Okay, so Zora's gonna put in a whole. Yeah, you get extra for that. Okay, so yeah, Bed the wolf. Is beat to shit by Zora. Zora kicks, like we saw last time. Zora kicked Bed in the face, doesn't really care, like pushes the Kingfisher Knight away, and goes in with the sword. And it's just like someone, a person, just savagely mauling a wild rabid animal. Who doesn't know how to think clearly about attack and defense, that kind of thing. It's just pure animal reactions. And like Zora just destroys Bed and leaves Bed in a very sad state. I think because this is the courtyard. She's been kicking Bed around the courtyard, and now we're in a corner, and Bed is sort of halfway crawled up under a sort of very old and sort of destroyed by now by exposure. It's a large cart used for probably something, some sort of like siege equipment or like maintenance stuff for the keep in the like centuries ago. And like Bed is just like cowering under this cart. You can hear the extremely canine, and you can see the massive blood trail that leads under this cart.
Oh,
and
I've now got both hands free.
there's just a mangled body that's barely still alive under this cart, and it's just whining like a wild animal who's almost dead. So what do you guys do? It's the walls are mostly clear. There's nothing going on there. Bed is almost gone.
I'm gonna swing my hammer and try and finish bed off.
Okay, let's go.
I'm gonna push myself, so reduce the level, did it all that.
Push it
Yep.
to the limit.
Let's see you tank this one and have Bed make a comeback.
Oh yeah, I can see it happening now, man. I can see it happening.
Don't say it.
Five.
Okay, so it's not smooth, but you get your swing in. However, it's bad times because you need to go close with your hammer,
That's fine.
right? And it's an animal who recognizes that he's almost dead, so it lashes out, and you get savaged once more by Bed's claw.
It's fine.
Could I help stop that?
Hmm?
Can I potentially prevent that from happening? Or reduce
Unfortunately,
it?
no, because you're not a heavy, and you don't have that thing that the heavies do here.
I was going to do a thing, but I don't know
It's
if that
fine.
would...
It's fine. I can take it.
Okay, so again, it's 3 harm and 3 corruption.
Okay, so I'm just going to be rolling to get rid of
Resist
those.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so prowess for the harm. That's 1 stress. Resolve for the corruption.
Yeah.
Okay, done.
Right.
And then basically, as I pulp him, sort of like, as he's lying there, sort of dead, I'm gonna basically ask Zora to like cut his head off with a burny sword of death, just so that we can like throw his head over the wall and we don't have it meld onto the body or have him jump back up or anything ridiculous like that. And in fact, if we can stick like the best part of a wrecking kit in the mouth of his severed head and then throw it over the wall into the undead like an explosive, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. So that is the sort of epilogue here, where we see the kingfisher with the severed head of Bed the wolf.
Yeah, stand on the wall like Conan style. They stick the wrecking kit in his mouth and go, "This is what you get, breaker," and then throw it as far as I can and have it blow up.
So there's the crump of Bed the wolf's head that explodes in the bank of snow with the alchemicals inside it, and there's a cheer of the various returning Legion operatives that find their way back to the Skydagger Keep. And there's once again, there's cheering of various names because this was an unprecedented mission creep instance. We've never had this much action going on. This was an all-out effort. Like if we had failed in any one of these, it would have, like the whole thing would have fallen apart. But there's people cheering each other with their names. It's not just the Kingfisher Knight anymore, because there's other heroes in this day who have pulled off like some incredible maneuvers.
I think the main name we should be shouting is like Grey Standing Cliff, because that Grey Standing Cliff pretty much like get these like life to get them siege engines in place.
And I think there's a sort of transition there where like people are coming back, and there's the oldest people in the Legion who have been with us from
Grey
since
Standing Cliff, Vermilion, whatever it was, who also went crazy. And
Let us honour those who gave their life so that we could win here today.
Yeah, I think there's probably a somber it's we're going in with this. So it's the Return of the Jedi. It's feasting time. The quartermaster has broken out the good stuff, and we have the pyre with Grey Standing Cliff laid on top, and the fire is crackling in the freezing mountain night air. The winter has come finally. You've pushed back, and now we gather to watch like one of our comrades depart to unknown shores, and the steely-eyed command of the Legion, the trio that have shepherded the Legion this far. There's a sharing of drinks, there's a sharing of shouts, but ever is the eye on the horizon to the west, because eventually the snows melt. Eventually the blighter is going to push again.
And
But
we
have
be ready.
And then
the battle for Skydagger Keep is over, but the battle for the Four Kingdoms is about to begin.
and then we roll the credits. And then,
Excellent.
Thank you very much, man. That
Thank
was
you.
brilliant.
yeah, so that was Band of Blades campaign 1 complete.
Many thanks for running it. It's been really good fun.
Yeah, that was a cracking climax
wicked.
to the campaign.
Yeah.
That was wicked. I was stressing out at the beginning. I've never been so stressed. Like, who are consider these missions?
Yeah.
Although I think,
don't have-
given our roles during that game, we should rename it to Band of Six.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's all it takes.
Yeah.
And you have that in spades. Incredible rolls again. And this is the thing. I talked to John about this at one point previously. That like it seems like some of these things are quite easy to manage because you roll sixes a lot. But the flip side of that is, if you had tanked some of these rolls tonight, you would have a lot of corpses on your hands.
Oh yeah.
And it's always, and I have like difficulty managing that in my head, the fact that you roll so many sixes that you have very sort of manageable time with a lot of these challenges. But the flip side of that indeed is, if you don't roll above a 3, there's going to be a lot of corpses each roll.
Well,
So-
as we said previously, there's many times during the campaign, not just this evening, where if we'd have got like some bad rolls, we would have had a far more difficult time of it sort of overall.
Yeah.
Still felt very challenging. To be
Oh
fair.
yeah, it didn't feel like a
Yeah.
walk in the park, even with the good rolls.
Yeah. I mean, and you used your things, and we saw a Grey Standing Cliff just burn out.
I squeezed every ounce of like character shit I had in that game.
Yeah.
That was everything. That was literally everything I had to use. I used that.
I know we've said this before and we've been chatting about it, Johannes, but can you imagine if we hadn't done that mission where we'd got like the Kingfisher Knight?
Yeah.
Because like how much stuff has the Kingfisher Knight like tanked for us during this game?
He's MVP.
Oh, I don't know.
Beginning mission.
That officer, he's earned his crust as well.
Yeah.
Just like every time we need some background stuff to him, and he's like, "Oh, hey."
What do you
Yeah.
need, boys?
Yeah. Like I've got the deals.
He's like the best sort of like reserve guy on the bench who's like not in combat directly, not doing stuff directly, but without him, again, a lot of the stuff we did in the background, a lot of the projects, a lot of getting resources would have been a hell of a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So that was that. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Thank you very much for playing.
Thank you very much
Thank you for
running
running. It's been great fun.
Yeah. Okay, that is the story of the Legion thus far.
Thus far.
We may return here, who knows,
so.
at some point. But for now, we sit in the cold halls of Skydagger Keep and we wait.
Well, the Cinder King's still out there.